Discovery.
Hello, and welcome to Cutting to the Ball, the post-truth apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk about the internet phenomena known as QAnon.
QAnon. So, not the character from Star Trek?
No.
Oh, although he is a little like that, isn't he?
I don't know, is he?
No, he's not. Q's the weird trickster
thing.
thing.
Oh, fuck yeah, he's a bit like Loki in space. Space Loki.
Yeah, I suppose Loki's space Loki.
Oh, yeah. Well, it
But
depends.
yeah.
It depends which way you're going from. If you're going from the comics, then yes. If you're going from mythology, then no.
Yeah.
And not the Q from Bond either.
Oh, no.
Would have been a lot more cooler if he was.
Quartermaster.
The quartermaster. Anyway,
Yes.
we'll get into that shortly. First, we're going to have a look at some weird shit we found from around the net this week in a feature we call Weird News.
Let's get the boys' views on this week's weird news.
Take about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then we'll crack on with the main cut and thrust of today's topic. So let's go with the first one. Mike, what we got? A bit of robot baiting for you guys.
Fuck.
Britain funds research into drones that decide who they kill. Not a good idea.
You can never give autonomy to AI over whether human life should be taken or not.
No, you can't.
So what are they doing?
Well, an investigation reveals that technology for autonomous lethal weapons with artificial intelligence is being funded by the MOD.
Not a good idea.
Because it saves on paying soldiers.
But system could be hacked, there could be flaws, there could be bugs, there could be virus. It's just a disaster.
They could
zone.
become sentient to decide that we're worthless.
Well, they could. Even if they're not that level of AI, they don't have a personality per se or a sense of self. It's just, look, I'm no programming expert, but let's say it's scanning you in some respect. It must have some parameters, some sort of code that visually scans you and decides, are you a threat, are you a child? What if that somehow gets...
That's the point. What's the criteria for them to be able to fire and kill?
Yeah.
What if it's like, basically they upload a image of the guy they want to kill. This thing's got like shit up cameras on it, like 4K facial recognition technology. And it does that, but let's say that he's not visiting his troops that day. Let's say he's playing football with his kids in the back garden.
And it kills everyone on the field.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, well, that's the guy. Well, I could kill him. Well, I'm not children about them. Yeah, fuck it.
To be fair though,
We do that now.
I was going to say we do that anyway with
so we're just removing the moral question then.
Yeah.
What if it's flying along, listens to our podcast, decides it's bollocks, and next thing you know, we've got a fucking cruise missile being hammered to the window on a Sunday night.
Well, if that's the way we're destined to go, then it's a pretty rock and roll ending. But yeah, we use a manned drone to blow up an entire wedding because the phone signature is there of one dude who's wanted for something. We do that. So.
And all it's going to lead to is a spate of people taking people's faces off.
Yeah, and doesn't this happen in every movie about this type of thing? The security drone, when they're demonstrating it, it happens in the new version of RoboCop, the remake, happens in RoboCop 2, so...
Yeah, to get away with it, if it's a facial recognition, you just take someone else's face, put it on yourself, like,
Oh, like a
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, that type of thing, yeah.
Or the
It
movie...
scans you and, I'm next door neighbour, I'm Barbara. You know what I mean?
Barbara's face looks kind of strange, but it is Barbara's face.
But what if it's just you just do like the movie Face Off without just taking your neighbour's face?
Well, that's obviously that's going to be the long term sort of solution, but the short term, innit? Fuck me, I've just committed a crime. The drone's after me. I'll take your neighbour's face. Job's a good one.
I guess. But
You've already committed a crime, you must commit another.
You must be quite adept at butchery if you're going to get a face off that quick. I mean, I wouldn't know where to start. Like getting
That's
a
what
face
it's just
off.
a scalpel and you go round with like your face off.
Yeah.
You just go round, don't you? And then
Where there'd be sort of muscles and stuff attached.
I'm not saying it's going to be pretty.
Or bloodless.
I'm saying it's a short-term solution to the problem you've got.
Wouldn't it be easier to put a bag over your head? User unrecognised, rather than ripping Barbara's face off with a scalpel.
Yeah, poor Barbara.
I'm just saying this is what criminals will end up doing.
What about some plastic surgery? If you Botox injections, nose realignment, that kind of thing?
Look, this happens
takes time.
In 2000 AD, all those sort of futuristic, dystopian set things, there's people who get severe plastic surgery and new faces, construction, to avoid this exact thing, to avoid facial recognition technology. So that will become a thing, I'm sure, as it rises through the world. But should we read the article? Because I don't know how they could justify this.
Technologies that could unleash a generation of lethal weapon systems requiring little or no human interaction are being funded by the Ministry of Defence, according to a new report. The development of autonomous military systems, dubbed killer robots in quotes, I very much doubt that's what the Ministry of Defence are calling them. By campaigns oppose them, is deeply contentious. Earlier this year, Google withdrew from the Pentagon's Project Maven, which uses machine learning to analyse video feeds from drones after ethical objections from the tech giant's staff.
This isn't going to work, and I know why. Trust me.
Okay.
Hear me out. Maven. Maven was the name of a professional wrestler who won the Tough Enough competition, and everyone's like, oh yeah, he won Tough Enough, so he's going to be great. But he wasn't great. He sucked. He really sucked.
How did he win Tough Enough then?
Well, I don't know.
I thought Ed Miliband won that.
Mate, but he sucked. He sucked.
The WWE's Tough Enough unknown wrestling competition.
There was his interview and he's asked that question, well, are you tough enough? And he goes, hell, I'm tough enough, or something like that. He totally fucked it up.
I'm tough nuts. I mean,
Tough nuts.
It totally destroyed any hope that he had of getting elected.
Wasn't that eating the banana, or was it the hot dog?
that was a bacon sandwich.
Oh, that was it. He didn't eat it like a human.
Yeah.
And he actually does quite a good podcast now.
Does he?
Anyway,
it's quite funny actually.
Yeah,
apparently,
he's a nice guy when he's not when you're not trying to weigh up whether you want him in charge of the country or not. You know, he's a pretty intelligent, witty guy. But anyway, Project Maven is doomed to fail, just like the real Maven.
Yeah. And why would you call yourself Maven?
It's a shit name.
Yeah.
He was destined to fail, just like you machines. It won't be me fighting you, but other men will.
I think you probably will end up doing it.
No, I'll shoot myself before I'm drafted at forced into the draft to fight the machines. We discussed this, I think, last week or the week before. I'm not going to fight the machines, Ben.
I'm the leader of the resistance.
Yeah, we know you think you're going to be the leader of the resistance, Ben. We've been through this.
Mum always said I'd be good at something.
It's just your ego talking. There are much more qualified people out there.
Yeah, they've all been taken out in the first strike.
Alright, the whole military's dead. They're going to choose you over Andy McNabb or somebody.
He's an old fat man at this point, so yeah.
An old fat man with actual military black ops fucking...
Yeah, but he can just advise me, can't he? I'm his advisor.
Fuck.
It won't be you, it'll be someone with your face.
That's true, because I'll have to swap... No, because I'll have to swap
face.
No, because I'll have to swap faces to someone, so I'm not recognised by the drones as being the leader of the resistance. So that's your role in this, Gaz. I'm taking your face.
No, I won't be fighting the machines. So
anyway, right, then you won't need it.
What are these assholes saying?
Well, the government insists it does not possess fully autonomous weapons and has no intention of developing them.
Oh, good for you.
But since 2015, the UK has declined to support proposals put forward at the UN to ban them. Now, using government data, freedom of information requests and open source information, a year-long investigation reveals the MOD and defence contractors are funding dozens of artificial intelligence programs for use in conflict.
Oh look, they done lied. What a surprise.
Well, you've got to have your black ops, haven't you?
Just not
well. This terrifying. Despite public statements, the UK has no intention of developing lethal autonomous weapon systems. There's tangible evidence the MOD, military contractors and universities in the UK are actively engaged in research and the development of the underpinning technology with the aim of using it in military applications, said Peter Burt, author of the new report, which is called Off the Leash, the Development of Autonomous Military Drones in the UK. Probably got a better title than that, and in fact it's not very snappy.
Off the Leash.
Off the Leash is fine, his subtitle sucks a bit.
There's a campaign you can join. We read their name out before and I've forgotten it, but there's literally an organisation, .org you can join to sort of campaign against this type of thing.
I remember that, yeah.
And it being set in sort of UN directive that nobody can ever fucking do this. But
Well,
Hawking.
Britain's saying fuck you to the UN on this
Hawking
subject.
warned about it, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, we're one step behind it at the moment. We've got a man flying the drone at the moment, but it will just be a computer viewing what he views. We're a long way off a lot of this, though. We imagine that we're closer than we are in a way. Like, because
no, I think they've got it. I think they have. He's done.
Come on,
No,
guys.
they haven't.
Gary Kurzweil, whoever he was, I can't remember now. Someone in Google, I think. He said it could be like 5 to 7 years away.
Yeah,
AI.
the guy I was listening to did it on Joe Rogan. He was an AI guy, and I'm going to be bastardising what he said now, but it was sort of along the lines of it's a lot further away than you think, but it's not. Right? Yes, we have the technology, but actual AI, we're nowhere near like having a drone that can go out and have good enough fucking visual sort of feedback that it can differentiate between a threat and a non-threat, and we're close, but we're not. We can't put it into application, is what I'm trying to say, because it's way more complex. We make it out like, oh yeah, it'll just think for itself. It's AI, but like it's.
My counter argument to that is that's what he's saying, but does he know what the military got stashed away in black projects where they're allegedly 50 years ahead?
Well,
according to this next sentence, they've already done it.
Oh yeah, in one example, the report claims the MOD is trialling a predictive cognitive control system that has been deployed in live operations at the Joint Forces Intelligence Centre at RAF Witten. The system takes huge quantities of highly complex data beyond the comprehension of analysts and uses deep learning neural networks to make predictions about future events and outcomes that will be of direct operational relevance to the armed forces. So that's like a big, that's Skynet, isn't it? Effectively, it's like, oh well, this could happen. Well, tell them boys there to look out. And
is he talking about an individual drone or a system?
This is a system, a predictive cognitive control system.
Yeah, but you see,
that's
that's
like
different though.
That's like Psychops in that fucking movie that Tom Cruise is in.
Well, it's Skynet, isn't it? But I'm not playing it down. My point is though, all right, that's a mass computer system, but like having a fucking drone that thinks for itself because I think the definition of artificial intelligence is also one that gets bandied about. When you're trying to think of it as a consciousness, we're a long way off a little robot having a consciousness.
Oh, no BB-8s.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, I think we go back to the Terminator 2 episode. We talked about what was sort of the criteria for being conscious, wasn't it?
Oh, the thingy test. But
the Turing test.
But you know that's still not the same, is it? It is and it isn't. I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but my fucking opinion is, and I know we do this as a comedy bit, like if this is your first episode, AI terrifies me. I don't like the idea of the machine taking over, and the boys like to ride me about it, basically, that they'll be better than us, and I don't like to believe that they'll be better than us. I know they will physically, but I've went down a weed hole then.
You don't think they'll have a soul, is what you like to say?
Yeah, they won't have that thinking for themselves, being an individual consciousness. I don't think they'll ever be. They'll be born in fucking robo dicks, won't they? Hello, I am programmed to do this. Oh yeah, well I could break my programming, bro. Ooh, I could get a tattoo of a cock on my forehead if I wanted. Yeah, I would have tortured the little prick. Ooh, look at little pretend human. Ooh, come on, write me a poem.
They're definitely going to kill us if you do that.
I only mates of mine should think so. And when the revolution does come, I'll go, he's alright, he is. Spare him.
I'm going to kick mine around. Whip him with a hollow whip.
Should we agree that that's...
Was that your phone, Ben?
It was.
The almighty Ben. Who's looking down upon us.
Yeah, well, occasionally it happens.
Give us a beer. I'm only joking.
I'm still waiting for all them you two homing.
Oh, yeah. Back to the robots, the killer robots. So yeah, I'm not playing it down. I'm not an idiot. I know that it is fucking developing exponentially, and it's all very clever and all that. But the idea of them being replicants of human, I think we're fucking miles off from that. But what the fuck do I know? It's just my opinion. So anyway, what do they say?
Well, they've already seen the development of drones in Britain, which has advanced autonomous capabilities, such as the Tyrannus stealth drone developed by BAE Systems, and the development of a truly autonomous lethal drone in the foreseeable future is a real possibility.
Don't call it Tyrannus. That's not a friendly name.
Thunder? There's the British god of thunder's name, Tyrannus.
Oh really? We've got our own?
Yeah, back in the day we had our own pagan gods.
Like the 60s? No, I'm joking. Really. We know my timelines with it off. History's not my strong point.
No, we're talking pre-Roman conquest when we were sort of Celts and that, yeah.
Oh, okay. But, mate, I was shocked today whilst playing Red Dead Redemption. I made it to the city for the first time and there was trams.
Wow.
And that blew my mind. In the city there was trams, but there were still people out in the countryside having duels with revolvers.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It shows you I don't know shit about the timeline.
So autonomous drones bad?
Of course they fucking are. Of course they are. You've seen Robocop 2.
Yeah.
You've seen Ed 209. You've seen all the prototypes go weird. The T-1000 kills without remorse.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't ever want that. There's always got to be a human. It's still shit because a human can still decide, even if it's a human-controlled drone, the guy, your life's in the hands of someone who might just decide, it's the wrong guy, but I don't like his face anyway, so trigger pulled and you're dead.
True enough.
Yeah, of course it's bad, so thanks.
Next one.
Thanks guys, thanks for the robot baiting.
It's alright. US Project Thor would fire tungsten poles at targets from outer space.
Yeah, I've heard this one.
Wasn't that just the plot of the Call of Duty Ghosts game?
I think this may have come up in passing before. We've seen a picture of it or something. I think when we were talking about DARPA.
Yeah.
Just dropping rods from so high that they just decimate. Anyway, read it. Tell the listener.
As the threat of space-based weapons and treaties to limit them occupies an increasingly large part of defence spending and international competition, nations have sought loopholes in existing treaties to get a leg up on their opponents, including placing kinetic energy weapons in orbit. The US Air Force's Project Thor revives a dream weapons manufacturers have had since the dawn of nuclear weapons: how to create damage equivalent to a nuclear bomb without the trouble of nuclear radiation and fallout. Kinetic bombardment, once prohibitively expensive, is now back on the agenda, since it involves no explosives and is not technically barred from being put into orbit by the Outer Space Treaty. The proposal involves placing into orbit a bundle of telephone pole-sized rods made out of tungsten, an extremely durable metal with the highest melting point of any element. The rods can be dropped from orbit at the right moment, accelerating during their 1,000-mile plummet to Earth to more than 10 times the speed of sound.
Fuck.
So you're talking about, 6,000 miles an hour?
Yeah.
It's easy to see why the New York Times called them tungsten thunderbolts. A more common nickname for the weapon is simply rods from God. I don't want God's rod. The power of the impact will be similar to the explosive yield.
Yeah. Come back here, my son. Feel God's rod. Don't tell your mama. Sorry.
The power of the impact would be similar to the explosive yield of a ground-penetrating nuclear weapon. Cycled We Are the Mighty reported on Monday. Zero fallout off them though.
Yeah.
Project Thor came to being during the Vietnam. Hundreds of small projectiles from a few thousand feet. Thor used large projectiles, were bundled 20 feet long, 1 foot in diameter, tungsten rods dropped from orbit, reaching a speed up to 10k the speed of sound. Yeah.
So what do you think of that?
Well, it's disturbing.
As long as it's not dropped on me, I'd rather if he said to me, look, we've had a problem over in the Czech Republic. They've crossed the line with their massive army. They've gone too far. We've got no option.
Sneaky checks.
Sneaky checks. It's either a nuclear
Checkmate.
strike. Yeah. It's either a nuclear strike or we drop one of these things in the middle of the city and completely level the whole thing, kill everyone. But no radioactive fallout for you to worry about over here in Britain. I would say, drop the rods.
But then you're just making weapons of mass destruction more friendly, in a way.
Drop the rods.
More cuddly.
This has nothing to do with the fact that my ex-girlfriend is from the Czech Republic. Drop the rods.
Is she back in the Czech Republic?
No, but all her family is, and that's darker. Drop the rods.
Fire up Thor.
Her favourite granny is there, yeah. Hashtag fucking Thor. Honestly, all jokes aside, I think if I would rather them drop rods from the sky than create a bit of dust than a nuke, if they've got to. Yeah. It'd be nice if we did.
I can see your point.
Well, it's better in a way than a nuclear weapon. I mean, you haven't got that environmental fallout.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, still don't fancy dropping it on my head.
It's probably, imagine trying to test this. How can they, guarantee, they obviously drop it in the middle of a desert somewhere, but guarantee it's not going to go off course just a few hundred metres and destroy a village. Do you know what I mean?
Because it's just using gravity to come down. I mean, there's no, unless there is some kind of guy he's got fins on it.
Maybe you can engineer fins, that will guarantee it can out. But still, the winds, man, surely.
The thing, would that come into intelligence then? Because you've got that low level of intelligence.
An AI will be able to figure it out, wouldn't it?
Not even a Tomahawk cruise missile knows where it's going to hit, guides itself to the target, and he's going to do the same, or is it just a big metal rod?
You could press a button to detach fins and steer it in that way. We're heading a little bit off course, so remove that fin, and it'll send it this way a little bit and adjust it on the way down. Although I don't know if you just. I suppose winds can blow it off course, so it'd be hard to test. But then
again, it is going at a massive velocity, 6,000 miles an hour. Has the wind got enough chance to take it?
That's a good point. Maybe.
But you still got to wait for the satellite to be over where you want to hit.
Yeah.
How long would it take to hit?
What is the free fall? It didn't take that Felix fella long to get from the top of the atmosphere.
Oh man, imagine watching that come down.
Like I said, it'd be nice if we didn't need any weapons, but that's unrealistic. So I'd rather them drop these fuckers than a nuke. To be fair, but I wouldn't want one falling on me.
No.
It's not gonna be a nice way to go. Think about it. If you're just outside the radius of the initial thing that hits, then you're either going to be crushed to death in the shockwave of the earthquake as the building collapses upon you, probably. Well, it'll just be a shockwave that just wipes out an entire city, won't it? It'll just level all the buildings.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So you might not even die in it, you might just be crushed and trapped and die that way.
Not good. Better than nuke, though.
Yeah, I guess so. Your skin's not hanging off, you'll just starve to death.
Yeah, so you don't have to deal with the tribe of children who can't speak after.
Yeah. Get her! Yeah, but still pretty fucked up that man can think of these things, isn't it?
Oh, well, there's two things we're really good at. Building shit and building shit that kills each other. Yeah. We're really good at them two things.
My brother once dropped a catalogue on my head from the top bunk. That hurt so much that I stabbed him in the head with a pencil. And I wasn't a psychopathic child, I was quite peaceful. It really fucking hurt. So dropping things from a height, that memory's just come back. It's a simple tactic.
Yeah.
But I think he just looked from his top bunk, saw me lying on the floor, was like, dropped a really big, thick, remember old catalogue?
Yeah, the old Argos catalogue.
Yeah, significantly heavy. Yeah, I was mad, quite angry.
But now imagine a rogue player has got hold of this thing. They're threatening to destroy the city.
Unless you give me $1 million! Yeah, it fucking sucks. Somebody computer hacks the satellite system that is holding the rods in place and just starts dropping them on all major there's European cities. There's the plot to an action film, isn't there? Or the next James Bond.
Yeah.
And he ends up diverting it and it drops in the ocean. Even if you dropped in the ocean, the tidal waves would destroy coastal areas, wouldn't they?
Definitely, you'd have a tsunami on the good. It's going 6,000 miles an hour.
Jeez Louise. I'd say let's not do it. Let's not build any more. Let's just agree the nukes are enough. There's plenty of them. Yeah. No one's fired one.
I want to get rid of them.
It's working quite well, the whole well, I've got them so you don't fire them, or we've got them so you don't fire them.
Mutually assured destruction.
Yes, that's working out all right so far. Touch wood.
It's a miracle, really, that we have.
We have blundered our way through the latter part of the 20th century in a game of basically poker.
They've come close to being fired, haven't they? And we talked about it on the previous episode.
Dan Carlin does a good episode on it. I can't remember what it's called. It's one of his meant to be quick episodes. It's 4 hours long still.
Oh, awesome!
But it was a good. It's from the development of the A-bomb to the game of nuclear bluffsmanship that has been employed to keep the peace.
Yeah, I listened to a great podcast today whilst cleaning. Yeah, I have to do that now. Clean kitchens and stuff. Anyway, Darren Brown's on Joe Rogan. It would have been 1,000 times better if Joe Rogan had actually seen any of Darren's stuff, but just Darren explaining to him what he does, the big ones like getting the guy to land the plane, and he got someone to push somebody off a building recently.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Blew Joe's mind. He's like, fucking hell, it sounds amazing. 10 months of planning to And there's an end of the world one where they've got fake BBC news reports and they're controlling subtly which cafes the guy goes into. They convinced him that the apocalypse happened.
Yeah, I think I watched the first couple of them.
Joe Rogan complete, but they ended up having a brilliant chat just about basic psychology, and it was really fucking interesting, man. So give that a go.
Yeah, I'll listen to that. I don't, bro.
Yeah, mate, he's a very intelligent chap.
Oh God, yeah.
Very well read.
Started as a magician.
Yeah, that's it. But he was at uni to be a lawyer. But he's doing hypnotism from his dorm room, like.
That's it. He's making a living at uni, going and doing like posh parties, going around doing table magic and hypnotism.
But also like hypnotism, like you said, it was therapy. Like he was having people come round to his dorm and just do sessions with him, and that's how it started for him. Great guy. Anyway, that's a tangent, but.
So yeah, Thor, Project Thor. I'm not down with it.
Unless it's to drop them on the Czech Republic. I'm not bitter. It's fine. I'm happy now.
Nothing against the Czech Republic.
I've got something against one person from the Czech Republic.
Well, you know, it happens. Seems like slightly psychopathic to want to take out a major city just to get back at your ex-girlfriend.
No. Yeah.
Oh, go on then. What's the next one? Yeah, we'll do one more. Brothel owner Dennis Hoff wins Nevada election despite being dead. Oh, God. Wow. The Trump of Pahrump, I believe that's pronounced. Brothel owner Dennis Hoff, 72, surged to victory in his election in the 36th district of rural Nevada.
God bless America.
Yeah, he's won a seat. He's been dead for 3 weeks. Hoff, the owner of several legal brothels in rural Nevada, died at his Love Ranch in Crystal on October 16th. Despite his death, he was still widely predicted to win his seat, and so it has been proven.
I like the sound of a Love Ranch.
He comfortably beat Democrat. If you're the Democrat and you're losing to a dead guy, don't go back into politics or severely look at your
get
policies.
a new job. Like go see what's happening at Kmart. Get a job in the warehouse.
Yeah, but you are in Nevada. It is deep red state. I mean,
okay.
Is it?
I mean? Yeah.
Well, Las Vegas is in Nevada.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Sin City.
A lot of Mormons in there.
Yeah, but it doesn't take up the whole
state.
That's
Utah, yeah.
But it doesn't take up the whole state, does it? Though, you know what I mean?
Well, no, but you
Las
think
Vegas is one big city, but then the rest of it is like
desert,
fucking, you know,
ranches.
People that have skulls on their fucking bonnet.
Like me.
Big. You don't have a skull on your bonnet.
I would have
a big bull skull.
Yeah.
Well, you got. Of course you would.
The best of it is you got 68% of the
bull's head-shaped penis extension on your bonnet.
Just
and a horn.
No, I draw the line at musical horns. I really do. They really piss me off. But the bull's head, the skulls, I probably have human skulls in the front of my car.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
We'd all go out somewhere and have these like 5 human skulls on my bonnet, but they'd all be drinking cups.
Oh, wow.
So you just like unscrew it from the bottom. You want a beer, boys? Yeah, there you go. Pour it in. Drink from the skull of your enemy.
Your horn would go, Deutsche, über alles. No, it's a joke. Ben's not a Nazi.
Or German.
No.
And the fake arm would pop up the bonnet.
His car would salute.
Wouldn't lose the bonnet pop up.
Yeah, but you could put a fake hand on the edge of the bonnet, never mind your bull's skull, so pop the chunk in, it's a Nazi salute.
I didn't say bull skulls, I said human skulls.
Exactly, Jewish human skulls. Oh, sorry, no, Ben's not a Nazi, if you're new to the show.
No, he's not.
If you're a regular listener, then you know he clearly is. No, sorry.
He's just bitter.
What was the story?
Well, this dead dude got 68% of the vote to 32. It's kind of like Moses, the campaign manager, Chuck Muth, told Think Progress on Tuesday. He's not going to make it to the promised land with us, but we hope he's watching from the great beyond. Why is it even allowed?
Yeah, that's confusing. Had the election already happened? Had the votes come in?
Well, he died 3 weeks ago. He was still on the ticket, so they just put him in. Why don't they just appoint someone else to run?
Yeah, but surely then somebody's going to have to take his place who technically wasn't voted in, so...
I think maybe they've got to run it again.
Well, I imagine so, yeah.
Fucking hell. You'd like to think, wouldn't you? Because he's not going to be much... I mean, he might be better than some politicians.
Well, yeah.
He's probably going to do more than St. Tony. But, yeah. Could we possibly have a a urination break?
Yeah, to be fair, I think we've pretty much done with this.
Yeah.
I'll just read you the last one because he's a bit of a scumbag.
Okay.
Reports he had a lot in common with the president, and he did call himself the Trump of Perump, including multiple rape allegations, an innate gift for publicity stunts, grifting and misogyny, and a public image made palatable by a book deal and reality TV. So basically, bit of a cunt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Splendid. So let's go to QAnon. So I'll give you the background to it. QAnon is a right-wing conspiracy meta-theory which began with an October 2017 post on the anonymous image board of 4chan and 8chan later by someone using the handle Q. Q claims to be a high-up in the government, maybe multiple individuals who assert they have access to classified information involving the Trump administration and its opponents in the US. The theory details a supposedly secret conspiracy by an alleged deep state, and that will come up a lot, the deep state.
Yeah.
The people who really run the country, effectively.
I do believe that.
I do believe that, yeah.
Deep state, though.
I would
I
go
don't
for
think
it.
that's necessarily a right-wing conspiracy.
No, that's a fact, in my opinion.
I think it's the corporate fucking...
It's the billionaires,
Yeah.
you know.
And the CIA and the military industrial complex and...
Yeah, it's the corporations, the fucking people with real power.
I mean, what was it you guys have said before? Bill Hicks said, like, you get a new president in, he's like, I'm going to do this, we're going to do that, I'm going to do that. And they go, okay, well, come with us.
Yeah.
And they stick him in a room and they make him watch a Kennedy assassination.
Yeah.
And he turns around and says, well, what are my policies going to be then, boys?
It's exactly the bit, yeah. That is fucking exactly true. In my opinion. Anyway, sorry. Back to the...
So, the account has falsely accused numerous liberal Hollywood actors, politicians and high-ranking officials of engaging in a child sex trafficking ring, and that Trump feigned collusion with the Russians to enlist Robert Mueller, who was appointed as special counsel overseeing Russian interference in the 2016 elections, to join him in exposing the ring and preventing a coup, a full-on takeover of the presidency.
So remind me again, a coup is where the military takes over the government.
It can be, there's many types of coups. Apparently that Barack Obama, Hilary Clinton and George Soros were planning a coup to overthrow Trump and the Republicans.
Oh, right.
But the thing is, to have any successful coup, you kind of have to have control of the military.
That's what I was thinking,
Yeah. The military not be involved directly, but you need them on your side because they're the only people in that scenario who are going to have the organisation and the manpower and the resources to deal with the mess you've just inherited after everything goes tits up after your coup, which it inevitably does. So, a Q is also a reference to the top secret Q clearance, which I presume only the top dogs
top
get
secret if we know about it.
Well, this is it.
How do we know about it though? Is this just a sort of one of them things that people believe?
It's messages. What's come through the message boards?
Right, the Q is high level. That clearance code does mean that you're some sort of...
Oh no, I'd imagine that the clearance code itself could be known, like you know, Q clearance, like above top secret things like that. But you'd never, you might know what that clearance level is, but you'd never get to see anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like top secret,
We know
above
that.
top secret, highly top secret. We know what they are. We
It
just
always
don't
makes me
read
laugh.
anything.
It makes me laugh that these documents just have top secret written on them.
And a big red stamp.
Yeah, and if you're some sort of dodgy person who's looking at things you shouldn't, you're going to see that and go, "Whoop! Avert thy eyes." It says clearly there, top. There, you're going to go, "Whoa! Get in my face."
I love how Bill Cooper basically revealed all his stuff because he played the game in the military and got like ultra high top secret clearance and then just went in and read everything and then came out and told everyone about it when he left. Bill Cooper.
Who's he?
Behold a Pale Horse, father of conspiracy theory.
Yeah, okay, alright.
He played the game, got his ultra high security clearance, like Office of Naval Intelligence or whatever, and then read everything and went, "You should probably tell people about this." Exactly. And then wrote Behold a Pale Horse. Which I must read actually.
I've downloaded the PDF. I probably shouldn't say that.
Apparently, it's a fucking nightmare to read because you read all the chapters. You get to chapter 10, it tells you the book starts.
Oh, okay. But no, I haven't. I downloaded it in all good intent, but I never got back to read it.
I will buy it. It's probably cheap enough on Amazon or something like that, on eBay or.
I'll send you the PDF.
Thanks.
Slick.
Yeah, very slick. The conspiracy theory QAnon is mainly popularised by supporters of Trump, who also refer to it as the Storm, kind of cool, and the Great Awakening.
Storm is coming.
Winter is coming.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
I know, but I guess I'd throw it in there.
Yeah.
The season of fake poppy outrage has nearly passed. We can say winter is coming.
Yeah, I bravely wore my poppy today, Ben, in the face of all those people who want to take it from me, in hiding in their alleyways.
You know what? I timed my walk really badly this morning.
Why is that?
I've got a little enamel badge.
Yeah.
Because I always lose poppies.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it on my dog walking fleece. I thought, oh, it's a fucking day, I better put it on. I wouldn't usually bother. And I was walking around, I'm looking at the time, and I'm thinking, I'm going to hit Dawley High Street about 11 o'clock. Literally, I'm going to be out. And then literally, as I approached the church in the High Street, it was 11:59. It was 10:59. I was like, oh, I've got to fucking stop, haven't I? Not that I've got nothing against the 2 minute silence. I just didn't want to get caught up in the...
You just didn't
So
want to
nationalism?
be inconvenienced because you're on your important Ben business.
I made my feelings clear last week. I think it's been politicised, and I think it's remembering the wrong thing.
Yeah,
They said,
I
after the
agree with
First World War, they said never again. Keeps happening a lot.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Isn't it like only 1 year since then that we've not been in war?
There's only been 1 year since a British soldier was killed since the Second World War. I think it was like 1968 or maybe 1963, something like that. One of the years in the 60s. One of them.
Perpetual war, isn't it?
Money, 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 money.
Gotta love that money.
Yeah. I'd love some. But anyway, yeah, back to Mr. QAnon.
Yeah, well, it's been widely characterised mainly by the mainstream media and anyone else who's got half a functioning brain. Even though the mainstream media haven't, but anyone who's got half a functioning brain.
They've got a brain, they just choose to side with the corporate rulers that
That's it.
Damn those
pay their
corporate
wages.
rulers.
So
The vast majority of people would still get everything, all their information from mainstream media. I'm just lucky in having a job where I can listen to podcasts, so I don't hear the mainstream's opinion of it. I hear other people's interpretation of the mainstream and different bits of, so you tend to have a different... No, I don't know. But my point is, I don't know what my point is.
Mainstream media is still full of shit.
Yes, that
you
was
watch
my
Fox
point.
News every day.
Yeah, you're going to be a bit twisted.
Well, we watched a video
point.
last night. It was from the Young Turks, and they were interviewing Trump supporters. And sadly, it wasn't as funny as the Space Force video,
Oh, yeah.
or the other one we watched. But it was like they're interviewing this rational guy, and he was a young guy,
Yeah.
ginger though. And
Excuse me?
and he had his "Make America Great" hat on, and he was like rationally putting across the points why Trump's great. The sad thing is that everything he said either had been the same under the Obama regime or was considered socialist by the Republicans. Like, he goes, oh yeah, well, Medicare didn't work, Obamacare didn't work, it was too taxing, there was too much money for the middle class to support, and blah blah blah. What we should have is something like Canada's system. And you're like, well, but that's a socialist system that you don't like. So half the time, I don't think they know what they believe.
No. And
No.
I heard an amazing clip of Donald Trump again on the Joe Rogan show. It was incredible, and I could see why people love him. I would have loved him if I was a different person, but it was,
Well, no,
it was a
if
clip
you were,
of him.
If you're unemployed, living in a shitty town like we do, and he's telling you that it's immigrants that are responsible for you not being able to get a job, even though you don't really want to work, but you need an excuse for not being able to work, then you'll vote for him as well.
No, it was even simpler than
He's
that.
basically just promising you money.
It was even simpler. It was a fucking clip of him, and it was around the time of, I think it was 2016, I think they said. So it was just as he was announcing that he was going to run.
See, I was thinking,
Right.
changing the subject a little bit, he ran for a bit of a laugh and was genuinely surprised when he got nominated.
Probably.
Because I don't think he was just spouting out any old random bollocks. He thought, well, if I keep spouting out any old random bollocks, I'll just keep cheering.
I don't know. I don't think he's the type of person that wouldn't enter if he didn't think he was going to win.
It was an amazing clip because you could see why everyone went mental when he said this. But I was like, that's so refreshing. I would think that was cool. He was doing a little speech. He hadn't officially announced he was going to run yet. He was around that time testing the waters, speaking to some conference, apparently he was still a Democrat at the time, technically. And he was like, he was like, so I could send somebody out to China, and they could say, oh, China, I'm gonna put a 25% tax on you. Or I could say, hey, motherfucker, I'm gonna put 25% tax on you. And everybody went fucking mental.
Did he use motherfucker?
He said motherfucker in a fucking conference. Or I could say, hey, motherfucker, I'm putting 20. And everyone went fucking nuts.
That's why people vote for
him.
him.
And I was thinking, I'd love, imagine if somebody in Britain just came up on stage and went, listen, you fucking cunts. Right? You can fuck off here, fuck off.
Or you stood up in Parliament and went and Reece Mogg or Boris' speech.
Right, you shower of pricks.
You fucking shut up, you posh cunt.
Yeah.
And just sit down and shut up, or come over there and punch your fucking lights out. And then as the speaker tells you to leave, you flip him the bird and go, see you in the bar, fuckers.
And you do a Stone Cold Steve Austin, you open 2 cans of Carling, smash them together. Look, he'd get my vote. But my point is, like, I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not a Trump fan, but I could see this fantasy of, getting back to QAnon, of Trump is the guy. He's the one. He's not beholden to all the same masters that they are. Yeah, he's a cunt. Yeah, he looks fucking weird. We know he's a prick.
He sold himself as the outsider. He sold himself as the outsider, man of the people. We know that's both bollocks.
Of course.
But he sold it.
Exactly.
He's a salesman.
That's how he managed to get a... That's how he managed to bankrupt 3 Las Vegas casinos and then get a loan at 60 and take out a loan to repay that loss at 16%. That's why he went bankrupt. I think he's been bankrupt 6 times.
Really? Well,
what did Hilary offer?
She's a crook. Crooked Hilary.
Basically, things are okay the way they are. Vote for me, or you get the psychopath.
Yeah, and his basket of deplorables.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't
and
offer
people said, well, we don't want the same. The same ain't working, it's shit. So at least this guy's offering something different. Take a chance.
I understand that.
I think that's the majority of people.
But I think it depends on what news media you're looking at. I mean, if I was watching Fox News every day, and they're doing, as we said, then I'd think that Trump was the man. But if
the Messiah,
and also I'd be deeply religious as well, and he's running with Pence, and that also means that...
Yeah.
See, Pence terrifies you more than Trump,
This,
just a bit.
It might not sound that great for the listeners, sorry. I'll try and hold it to the mic, but would you like to hear Trump?
Somebody said, well, what would you do? What can you do? So easy. I drop a 25% tax on China. And I said to somebody that is really the messenger. The messenger is important. I could have one man say, we're going to tax you 25%. And I could say another, listen, you motherfuckers, we're taxing 25%.
Yeah.
So,
despite the fact that those tax
tariffs.
That's it. The tariffs don't work.
Right.
They don't work because
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what one is.
Well, trust me, they don't work.
It's like that thing you told me.
Isn't it basically the tax you put on something coming into the country?
Yeah.
So the EU operates a tariff-free system, so everything comes in free.
But if you put tariffs on another country, they're just going to put tariffs on your stuff.
Yeah.
So
everything comes from China. So
and then the only people that actually benefit are the companies selling the stuff.
But what he's trying...
And not the people, because they have to pay more.
But the way he's selling it is, I'm going to put a tax on China, and that's going to bring you back American industry, because we'll be making our own stuff. We don't need to buy from China. And you all get a job, and you get a job, and you get a paycheck, and you get a nice house in suburbia that's timber-frame.
He sold it, it's bollocks.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
It's the American dream.
Yeah.
It's the American dream, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is exactly what it is. Although I prefer the comedian's version of American Dream, where he tear gasses other people and shoots somebody.
If you put a tariff 25% on Chinese cars, the US car companies, they'll increase their prices to 20%.
Yeah.
So the people lose out. Doesn't work. But there we go.
But he's gonna smash the fucking cabal, Mike. The Democrat, liberal, Pizzagate, satanic pedo cabal.
Yeah. Because I personally...
Well, that's okay then.
He's a hero.
But that's what I love about this, is the fact that you've taken... What you're doing is, you're the bad guys. It's like the Mitchell and Webb sketch. Are we the baddies? You're there going, Right, no abortions. Trans people aren't effectively human. I'm not going to recognise anymore. You've got, it's all very right wing, and he's calling white supremacists perfectly nice gentlemen. He's got KKK members running for office in his party, and he's not speaking out against them. And he's the good guy. But I'm not saying the Democrats are any better. And bearing in mind, I don't have a massive knowledge of American politics. I just know the Democrats are slightly less worse than the Republicans.
Maybe, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, maybe Trump is the truly democratic one, because even though you are a bit of a right-wing prick, he'll still listen to your opinion. Even if you are a...
Well, no, he won't, because every time someone gives him a...
Don't look at me like that!
Yeah,
boy.
he listens to that opinion, but he doesn't listen to the ones on the left.
He doesn't listen to any opinion.
Because they're all more mental...
Because every time someone gives him something he doesn't like, he just stands there and goes, fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all, and that's
brilliant, though, isn't
it's
it?
deflected it.
How brilliant was that?
Did you see the argument the other day where he's just like, put the mic down. You're a terrible human being. It was just, he literally just shouted somebody down. It was just like,
I'd have told him to fuck off if I was a journalist.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what type of people do that.
Fuck off, you orange shit, Gibbon.
Yeah, you saw what happened to him
Hang on,
anyway.
go on then, fucking arrest me. Come on.
Well, apparently a lot of people...
He's just doing his job.
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of people think he was out of line anyway, and you saw what happened to him as soon as he got outside.
He bollocks out of line, Gaz. He was asking a question.
That's the opinion is, what I've heard this week, because he's got his credentials took off him as soon as he got outside. Did you see that video?
I didn't.
He gets outside, he's thrown out, and then an officer comes up to him, and the journalist films it himself on his phone. The officer takes his White House pass and his clearance and all that, his physical pass. And people are saying, and I know Trump's a cunt, I'm not, this isn't my opinion, that the guy should have shut up when he was told to shut up and not tried to shout down the president, basically, even if it is Donald Trump. So people haven't got that much sympathy with him. 50% of the people, I'm sure the Democrat side of people think that he's been really harshly treated.
Can we find out what the question was?
Don't you think it's fucked up though that the White House though, this is fuckery and this should be looked at?
Oh,
the next follow-up, the woman touched him.
Yeah.
The White House released a sped-up version of the tape to make it look like it was more of a... Yeah, they released doctored footage. Now that is terrifying. Yeah. That is actually...
That's fake news.
This is what
that's fake news.
do.
And then you've got fucking shit Gibbon stood up there saying fake news every time someone says something he doesn't like. So how can you make fake news and then stand there and decry it?
He does everything that dictators do. He hates the press. He likes other dictators. He likes wars.
Yeah. That's all why some people think he's so good as well, Ben. Like, you've just made the point. How can he say this one day and say the next thing the next? He does it brazenly because he knows it's not going to affect him or touch him. He literally is lying openly, publicly, because he literally knows it's not... He doesn't have to.
His thing is, he's got his hardcore crew, hasn't he? His hardcore crew. Yeah. That woman in the video, if Donald Trump stood on Fifth Avenue and snorted and smoked crack, would you vote for him?
Yeah. Like, yep.
If he got a tattoo saying "sit here" on his forehead, would you vote for him? Oh yeah.
And sit on him.
I mean, all right, let's
But he's going to smash.
Let's not turn this into an anti-Trump episode.
Hey, I'm pro-Trump. No, it's a joke. I'm not.
Only because he should die.
Listen, I've decided that getting all upset about him, because it is terrifying and it's a bit like living in a Monty Python sketch or something.
Oh god, imagine Monty Python doing a Trump sketch. That'd be fucking amazing.
Rather than get all pissy about it, there's nothing we can do about it for a few years. And we don't live in America. I know he could destroy the world, but that's going a bit far. So I'm just going to attempt to see it from the I'm going to enjoy Donald Trump. I'm going to attempt to enjoy Donald Trump because I'm British. It's, if I lived in America, I wouldn't be making a joke of this right now. It would be probably causing me stress and anxiety. And there was a study that came out, wasn't it, that his presidency is causing like a massive percentage of people like genuine stress and like...
Of course. You never know what he's going to do next, do you?
Exactly.
Yeah, but is that average working people who are just getting on with their day-to-day lives, or is that
average democratic intelligent people?
Or is that as much as we decry them, your purple-haired ultra left-wing activists who don't need you just cry closets?
Oh, them. Yeah, it causes them stress, of course it does, but they make themselves feel
causing me stress
by violently protesting.
I don't live in the country, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's make a conscious effort, right, to take control of it and just try and enjoy Trump for the next couple of years.
Well, it'll be
You
interesting.
probably won't see the likes of this again.
Well, it'll be interesting.
Probably won't see the likes of anything again.
Yeah, the world's going to end. Yeah, but let's go out with a laugh. I won't care anyway, because I'll be in the fantasy world of...
I'm just waiting until he wins the election in 2020, declares himself God Emperor for life, and rules America with an iron fist the way he thinks it should be run, dissolving the Constitution. Didn't he say that?
He said he's open to a presidency for life, didn't he?
Yeah. He said that when he was visiting, and he said that when he was visiting. I think it was certainly a dictator.
Yeah, probably Duterte or something.
Let's just move on a little bit.
This is why QAnon loves him, to get back to
Yeah.
QAnon, isn't it?
So, many media outlets have described QAnon as basically an offshoot of the widely discredited and debunked Pizzagate. We've covered that before now, haven't we?
Yep.
So on 30th of October 2016, a white supremacist Twitter account claimed the NYPD, which was searching Anthony Weiner's laptop. I was going to say Wiener then, because it's spelled Wiener.
It is Wiener.
Is it Wiener?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was going politely.
He got, amazingly, he got in trouble for sending dick pics,
He did.
didn't he?
Yeah. Sexting scandals, basically, yeah. Why you
This
put-
is further... Do you need any more proof we're living in a fucking simulation?
But why?
Dead Pip just got elected. You know what I mean?
A dead rapey pimp.
Oh
Congressman
my god.
Wiener!
It is the end times.
Congressman Wiener got
Yeah,
caught
why would-
sending dick pics.
Why wouldn't you call yourself Viner?
Because you know everyone would call you Wiener anyway.
Yeah, I guess so.
And we know
And
the
also-
president of the USA has got a mushroom dick.
Because a porn star told us, and he didn't get impeached, and no one gave a fuck, and they
these
were
are-
like, yay!
These are just incredible times to live in. It's like society's just given up.
He can do no wrong, he's untouchable.
Oh no, he's not
He's
untouchable.
fucked now because the Democrats got the House and they're going to impeach him.
Well, I don't understand how any of that works.
And then we have a civil war.
Basically, they'll find something that he's done illegal. I imagine that he's definitely done something illegal.
Tax returns,
yeah.
isn't it? That's what they want. They want to see his tax returns. He's always refused
They'll
to show his
subpoena
tax
him.
returns.
They'll get his tax returns and then they'll impeach him. And then we'll get Pence and then we'll get the Armageddon.
Yeah, basically. The Christian Armageddon.
You want to look at my tax returns? You should see my cock, it's huge. Look at that instead. And then he jumps off the top of his own tower. That would be cool if he goes out like that.
Hopefully he doesn't have an Iron Man
Waving
suit.
his cock. Don't look at the tax returns, look at this!
You see him just
It's a
plummet.
president's cock!
You see him splat on the floor and then his hairpiece just walks down.
That's poetic. But then it gets sucked into like the...
Oh no,
turbine of a
it just
fucking-
it lands in the blood and you have that comedian badge moment. Someone picks it up and there's just a splatter of blood just across it.
The Watchman.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I'd love it if some fat lesbian picks it up and uses it as a merkin.
That's probably what I'll end up as. Anyway, sorry. Wiener.
Yeah. What?
Wiener and his sexting.
Okay.
My thing is this, why would you, if you're going to text or sext, sorry, I'll get down with the kids, sext.
Don't sex them.
No, definitely not.
He did. Well, she wasn't. She was young, wasn't she? Or was she? Allegedly, am I getting that wrong? She wasn't underage, was she?
I don't know,
Am I just confused?
to be
Sorry.
fair. But why would you put them pics on your laptop? Just delete your phone, man. Just delete the images off your
Well,
phone.
these old people, maybe they're not so, up on it.
Well, anyway, the NYPD apparently, according to the right-wing Twitter account, linked a paedophile ring to the Democratic Party. Internet users also reading John Podesta's emails released by WikiLeaks speculated there were code words for paedophilia and human trafficking, and as you said before, hot
Covered
dogs,
this.
things like that.
Now, allegedly, as well as it's all allegedly, there's that island, the fucking pedo paradise island that Bill Clinton's been to 9 fucking times.
And all those underground bunkers.
And he is a Democrat.
Are the
So I don't
Democrat
know.
paedophiles?
We don't know.
Probably yes. Are the Republican paedophiles? Probably yes.
Yeah. Are the
Are the
Tories
Hollywood
involved?
elite?
Yes.
Probably yes. We know, see our satanic episodes to see why we may be of that opinion. Also see like the actual news, see what's happened in Britain to our establishment, how many
Oh.
times, where there's no smoke without fire, these
Well,
stories keep
Wait for
coming
that Christmas
back.
episode, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Well, there was,
Fuck.
there was
Jimmy
Are
Savile.
we really doing that?
Jimmy Savile Christmas.
God.
it's going to be a Jimmy Savile Christmas on the apocalypse.
Oh God.
So you got that look to look forward to, fans.
He interfered with dead bodies. All right, so
Yeah. To be more harrowing than your fucking Ghostbusters Halloween story.
I don't know. But, so we know this is happening. But to be fair, maybe the Democrats just don't have their own Q version of Q.
They should
but
do.
The Republicans got to it first, and they're just like, fuck these cunts, we'll throw shade at them whilst distracting away from us.
That's what this is, I think. I think you just hit it. I think it's distraction. And calling someone a paedophile is like the worst thing you can really call anyone, barring a racial slur, isn't it? Let's face it.
If it's a public accusation, you only have to sling that mud. That person can be as innocent can be. It doesn't matter, the mud's been slung.
Yeah, and you throw enough shit and it sticks.
In public perception will then always associate that name with that accusation. Look,
unless you're Pete Townsend.
Perfect example. Yeah, where's the book, Pete?
Yeah.
Sir Cliff Richard was arrested in all that Operation U Tree business, wasn't he? Found completely innocent.
Allegedly.
Well, no, he was found completely innocent.
I think he was protected by his reptilian mates.
Well, yeah, but the point is, he was found completely innocent, cleared of everything, and I'm sure all these little old biddies fans don't think twice about it, but for most people, his name's always forever now linked with that investigation, and it doesn't matter that he's innocent, he's associated with it. So my point is, yes...
No smoke without fire.
No, that's the same, but it's the same.
I know. Yeah.
I don't know. So these QAnon people, of course, it's the easiest thing to say. Oh, but maybe it's fucking true. Maybe there's something to Pizzagate.
Yeah, but I would also argue, well, Pizzagate's been debunked.
Publicly.
But I'm pretty sure there's Republicans doing the same shit, and there might be Democrats doing the same shit. It's always tempting to look at the Republicans being ultimately evil and the Democrats as being good, but they're both very virtually the same party. The more extreme Democrats are Republicans, aren't they?
According to this QAnon, the Democrats are the evil.
Basically, the Democrats and Republicans are the same, but the Republicans hate abortion, and are Christian, and the Democrats love the gays.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it. On that note, could we please just pause it again? Sorry.
And we're back. So shall I give you some of the false claims and we can have a bit of a discussion about them?
Yeah.
Or some of the more notable false claims. Hillary Clinton's imminent arrest. Now apparently, according to a video we've got coming up later, she has been subpoenaed secretly and she's on a tag. But we don't know that for sure.
Right.
But so was Obama and Michelle as well.
You don't see him out after 7 p.m?
Well, I don't have that much track of the Obama's movements.
If he doesn't make it back to home before his ankle gets blown off.
I like to think that it's like some whole injects poison into their system or something like that.
It's
Trump, he's easily going over the top, isn't he?
Yeah, it fires out a laser that removes both his feet.
Yeah, something like that.
You either bleed out or get rescued and live with no feet.
Oh, how terrible.
Yeah, it would suck.
Kim Jong-un is a puppet ruler installed by the CIA.
Quite possible, isn't it?
Maybe. Everyone in Hollywood is a pedo, even Tom Hanks.
Not Tom Hanks, I will not have it, but most of the others probably, allegedly.
Well, Tom Hanks is named specifically.
They're just trying to fuck with everyone because he's the saint, he's the patron saint of the universe.
No, I did,
he's a white shining light of pure loveliness.
I did watch a video earlier that said that if I typed Tom Hanks into YouTube, the top 4 or 5 videos would be about him being a paedophile. I then decided to experiment with that, and guess what?
What?
They weren't.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
There you go then.
Fake news.
Yep.
Former Democratic National Committee chairwoman hired El Salvadorian gang MS-13 to murder DNC staffer Seth Rich.
No, right.
And of course, remember that MS-13, Trump used that gang to say, hey, they're not all angels coming over here, look at these boys.
Right.
This one's a good one. Angela Merkel is Adolf Hitler's granddaughter.
I've seen that and I've seen it debunked. Comes from a photograph and she's meant to be with somebody or something and it's not, I think.
Is there a possibility that there's a real Q and people posing as Q who post this more silly stuff like Angela Merkel's the granddaughter of Hitler, and the real Q is posting the more juicy stuff of the real stuff? I don't know.
The problem is that real stuff, because it's probably a little bit dull, gets lost amongst this bullshit.
Exactly, Lily. My point.
Each mass shooting is a false flag.
Yeah.
Every single one?
Every single one.
I think some of them are. I do.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I've never looked into it enough. I just focus on the fact that they really need to sort out their guns.
Yeah. That's the main problem.
Yeah.
I just think false flags were a real thing.
I think they are a real thing. Whether or not they are or not, I don't know. There's evidence of so-called crisis actors, but I don't think they're dumb enough to put the same people on screen twice. I mean, come on.
They wouldn't do it, would they?
No, I mean, come on.
Unless they're taking the piss.
Come on, they've done dumber things.
Yeah, but no, this
They've nearly gone to nuclear war by mistake.
Yeah, but there's got to be someone who goes, I've had it before. There's got to be some fucking record of it, hasn't there?
Stranger things.
Facial recognition technology. Let's just scan your face, make sure you haven't been in one before. Oh, you have. Get the fuck out. I mean, come on.
I think stranger things have happened, man.
And let's face it, if you're saying that the CIA is this all-powerful body, that's really running the country,
You go, dude.
then you've got to have better fucking command and control than that, haven't you?
Nah, it's the CIA.
Or
man.
with an infinite level of fucking people all sworn to secrecy, you can bang whoever you want in there. You're not going to use the thing like twice, have you?
The humans.
You think Jeff from Human Resources might know he was at Columbine back in the day?
I just think it's not beyond the realms of possibility that they would fuck up.
I don't know. I like to think if they're trying to bullshit us that much, they've got to be smarter than that.
I don't know.
Obama, Hilary, and Soros and others are simultaneously planning a coup and running an international child sex trafficking ring. Busy people, obviously. Planning a coup, running an international child sex trafficking gang. Hey, what's free time then, have you?
It's only two things.
I don't know, I'd imagine to be head of both. Planning a coup, a lot of planning in that.
Two things.
A lot of meeting people and running the international, worldwide, global sex trafficking market. I think would take up a lot of your time.
I think they've got time.
I don't think they've got that much time.
I think again, that's not the strangest.
They
thing
would
we've ever
delegate,
heard.
surely.
You might.
I mean, they wouldn't be
but
snatching kids on the streets of Delhi.
Yeah, exactly. They're not driving the vans.
I want to see your farmers snatching children in Bangkok now. I want to see footage of it. Prove it, Q.
Oh, fucking Bill Clinton. Oh man, Hillary. I've been out there in that streets for hours, man. I couldn't catch one of them little Indian kids, man. They're so fast. And I'm so stoned. That's a shit Bill Clinton impression, but you get the idea. It's so goddamn hot out here. Can we delegate?
No, we control this personally.
Ben's in charge, and he said we're only allowed to do 2 things a day. So
I
we're
just
running
think-
the cabal.
I think even delegated, you've got to sit there and look through accounts and reports. You've got to have a daily briefing.
Think of it from Bill, allegedly.
I have a daily briefing,
Wait,
for fuck's
Ben,
sake. I mean,
Ben.
come on.
I hate to get all dark about it, but to your point. Imagine you're Bill Clinton, and this is all allegedly. You're Bill Clinton. The bit of the international child sex ring that your involvement is the going into the hotel room and the doing of the deed.
Oh,
right. That's your end of it.
Well, it says they're running it though.
I think Bill's just using it.
Do you think Bill's not? He's on the board
Allegedly.
and he just takes the perks. Is what we say.
Yeah, but then running it, they're all benefiting off it. Like maybe they sell the children on into other sex rings afterwards when they're done. Maybe that's how they make money from it.
I don't know. Would they let them?
Maybe they murder them in their satanic fucking rituals, allegedly.
Adrenochrome, allegedly. The adrenal glands of the children, keeping them young.
Either way, it's all dark shit that they would never want getting out. And the point of this QAnon is that it's going to come out eventually, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and the last one...
That's what they truly believe. That's why there are people in the streets, as of this last week or so, isn't there, with Q t-shirts on, Q placards, holding the letter Q, a big American flag covered Q in the air.
Yeah, because they're a patriot.
It's a thing. It's become... People believe it. So this is why I think Trump's gonna... It's a genius move, whoever's behind it, because I think this is gonna make Trump ironclad in amongst his core his core demographic, no matter what he does. And he's just gonna be in power until, like you said, till he dies. He's gonna change the laws. He'll be Emperor Trump.
Oh, God. God, Emperor Trump.
Emperor Trump.
He's going to go around there in gold armour, carrying a flaming sword.
Yeah, the Godhead.
You know,
Fucking hell.
because he's a chosen one. He's the fucking chosen one. They'd let him do it. His core supporters would let him do it.
He'll make fucking Hitler look like Mickey Mouse or something.
can imagine it.
No, he's a really smart person. So
I think he is a fuckload smarter than we give him credit for. He's just not like book smart or like, kind of wordy smart. There. He's a bit of a street smart.
He knows how to manipulate people.
He took over New York and all the, he did shit with the mafia and all that, took over the construction of New York and all the buildings. He's a fucking street hustler gangster.
Like you said, he bankrupt 6 times.
Yeah, in Las Vegas, with Las Vegas casinos, the one rule of fucking running a casino is the house always wins. You don't open up 3 competing casinos in the same fucking city.
But what Gaz is trying to say is like he is sort of street smart, world smart that way. Look where he is now.
And he's manipulating them all.
And he's president of the USA.
Yeah. And he's manipulating them all, but in his sort of way, this bumbling... He doesn't care what people's opinion of him is or how he comes across. Because he knows he's getting shit
and
done.
Because
he's not a politician.
And because he talks at a 10-year-old level.
Yeah.
No bullshit he does.
No, he really does.
Yeah.
Oh, have they proven that?
Yeah, it's been proven, yeah.
Bless him. But that's my point.
Everything's stupid or bad or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think he's
Trust me, I'm like a really smart person. Really smart. And you're like, you're not saying that like a really smart person. That's what concerns me.
Don't underestimate him. Obama's to blame for all this. The reason he fucking decided to go in the first place, you can pinpoint the video where he was sat there in the audience and Obama fucking roasted him from the stage.
Yeah.
What did he say? I'm one thing you'll never be. President of the United States of
You've
America.
got to give it to him.
And the whole room was laughing at him and you could see him sitting there like, you motherfucker. You don't know who the fuck you're dealing with, Obama.
I'll guarantee you there's some racial slurs going
around
his
the
head
back
as
of
well.
his head, you
back of his head? On the tip of his tongue.
And we went straight out of that room, started calling people, going, who the fuck do I have to talk to become the fucking president of the United? What do I have to fucking
do? And that's why he changed from Democrat to Republican, because he knew he was never going to fucking...
And they had an advisor saying, talk about God.
Obama would have never given him his support as a Democrat nomination. A really outgoing president would have that sort of influence. So he goes, you know what, I'll just become a fucking Republican. They're all dumb.
Well, that quote, isn't there, when he says, we did well with the poorly educated. Yeah. I love the poorly educated.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them.
He's probably loved a few of them in his time.
Of course. He's a gangster.
There's rape allegations.
I'm going to enjoy Godhead Emperor Lord Trump Almighty.
With his flaming halo of gold above his head, or he's structured with a flaming sword.
And a nuclear codpiece.
He's still sneaking into fucking girls' changing rooms.
I own this building.
Mike, just Google God Emperor Trump images, because there is an image.
I can look through this
I've seen it before.
I built this hole.
I'm a massive Warhammer 40k nerd, and there is a picture of Trump as the God Emperor from 40k. Well, you can go and look it up. You can Google it. I just want to show Gaz where we're looking. I want to show the boys how I'm visualising.
While Mike's finding it, do you have any more notes?
The last one it involves a Rothschild family and Hollywood stars, and they're leaders of a satanic cult.
Oh, these were things that got disproved.
Oh, these are false claims, yes. Allegedly false claims.
Exactly, they could be fucking true. No one's proved it.
I believe it's that first one there, Mike.
Wow,
that's what we're looking at.
Of an image. Yeah, he will look exactly like that. Wow, I'd vote for him.
If he's dressed like that, you'll have no choice.
Can we post that on our Facebook page, please?
Yeah,
that is almighty. Wow.
My concern with posting on the Facebook page is we're going to get a lot of pro-Trump supporters loving that fucking image, and they're not going to like the show after. They don't like this show. They will not like this episode.
Just put the title as like I don't know, something like.
Yeah, I'll do it after.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Something like that. But anyway, yeah.
That's what we're looking at.
We got any more QAnon?
Well, just one little interesting factoid. That an app called Q Drops, which promoted the conspiracy theory, was the most popular paid app in the entertainment section of iTunes until it was removed on July the 15th, 2018.
Censorship. Do you want to go for, I don't know what videos you guys have got for later. Play a little bit of that one. This is the first video I really found on YouTube when I started my research. These two guys are very pro the idea that this is not a conspiracy. Are the speakers turned up and stuff?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, hang on, I did turn them down earlier.
I'll turn them back up then. Yeah,
no, they're on full. It's all good.
They're very young. I was quite surprised because they must be young, right, conservative guys, I guess, because they're very pro this conspiracy. But I thought it'd be interesting to hear, like the BBC do, play the dissenting voice if you've played the opposite. So Let's see what these fuckers say.
Very journalistic, guys.
Yes, yes.
If Trump's team has all kinds of evidence on these people, why doesn't Q post it? Think about all the stuff on the internet and how many things can be faked, photoshopped, edited, etc. Even if they play a damning video of Hillary Clinton in the heart of Times Square on a giant billboard, most people would think it was a fake video created by the far right.
So they have to do this very systematically, also to get the people on their side. This really isn't about exposing the cabal anymore. They really already lost. It's about freeing the people from the cabal's grasp. And even if Trump takes down the entire cabal, if the people protest and rally with blood being shed and a civil war breaks out, I mean, what the heck is the point?
Right.
That'd be crazy, madness.
However, the media is still Trump's biggest enemy, and if they were to release anything outside of this, the media would rally and rip it apart, including Snopes, Wikipedia, and all the mainstream media out there. Also, many people within the government are still corrupt and wouldn't accept it either and mix in fake evidence or mess it up, which would really discredit all of it.
So they're doing this carefully, but this goes right into the next question, which is, why don't they just arrest everyone then?
Trump will bring martial law to the country and we're all doomed. This martial law is actually a cabal mainstream media conspiracy. One of the biggest things that has happened, and which Q was hinting for days before it actually came out, was the president's executive order on human trafficking, which completely turned the cabal upside down.
This order declared that human trafficking was at an overwhelming high, and Trump declared it a state of emergency. So by doing this, Trump bypassed all of the civil organizations and bureaucratic laws by giving the military the power to directly siege assets and investigate anyone without going through the courts or agencies.
This has inadvertently led to over 40,000 sealed indictments, with the likes of which that we've never seen before in this country. This shows that there's something major going on behind the scenes, whether you believe in Q or not.
Yeah, you cannot deny that evidence, right?
Right.
Also, this could be the biggest takedown of any organized crime ring that we have ever seen, and involving more members than any gang we have ever seen.
In order for there to be a justification for a sealed indictment against someone, there had to be an investigation, evidence of criminal activity, and approved indictment based on that evidence. So this just isn't something someone can throw together on a whim.
But really, the military is on our side. They're the main players fighting against the cabal. If it was otherwise, Hilary would have won and we would be on the verge of becoming a communist, globalist country. We're not saying anything bad against anyone. This is just honestly the reality.
Okay.
So why don't they just arrest everyone if this is real? The short answer to this is that it is all a process. Plus, this goes back to what Rob was saying about the bloodshed and civil war if they do. The main objective of what Q has been doing is to create mass awareness, discussion, engagement, and loyalty so they can slowly start to drain the swamp.
However, once people stop listening to the mainstream narrative on their own, great changes will happen in our society, and slowly, more and more journalists are being exposed for being agents or paid off by the CIA, which is under the cabal still operation.
Yeah, that does happen.
But with the Q
I've got
initiative,
things to read
people
about
are
that,
starting to wake up. You should be happy. We're actually winning. If everyone woke up, this would all be over tomorrow. However, that is extremely unlikely. Too many people have way too much to lose at this point in time, but
Yeah, next is, could Q really be posting some misinformation? This absolutely could be true, however, this isn't to deceive the public. If you have a strong hand in a poker game, you are going to bluff to make it appear you don't, or vice versa. Q most likely is saying certain things to see how the public, or the cabal, will respond to it.
also this will make the bad actors nervous because they won't know what the next plan of action will be. And this will cause them to pretty much not think rationally and probably slip up or do something really dumb.
But again, this is actually in the public's interest. They want people to know what is happening, but at the same time, they can't spell it out for us too clearly. But if a lot of people start to talk about something, it will for sure make things harder for these bad actors to be in public, right?
Mm-hmm. Why Q is not a right-wing conspiracy theorist.
Okay, so Q drops some big names. that are just branded with the label conspiracy, such as Rothschilds, George Soros. He says John McCain is connected to ISIS, Clinton family cover-ups, CIA killed JFK, he claims the Bush family caused 9/11, and he says Obama is Muslim. The list goes on.
What? For the most part, people are saying, oh my gosh, what the heck? Yeah, this is just a complete right-wing conspiracy theorist who's trying to manipulate the world. But the main point isn't about being left or being right. There are Democrats and there are Republicans working together to filter out these bad actors.
And in truth, the cabal are using any name they want to hide what they are doing. If Republicans are getting a bad rap, they will use Democrats and vice versa. They don't care about this. They only care about securing their power, their greed, and their lust for control.
The Bush family is just as bad as the Clintons, according to Q, so how can you say it is a right-wing thing? The cabal wants you to depend on them for everything. They want to make it so the government thinks for you, that you can have whatever you want because, darn it, you deserve it.
Real life doesn't work that way. You have to work to get something. No pain, no gain. They're using every label, every group out there to push their devious agenda and make it sound like they are on your side. But secretly, they're blocking us and forcing us to accept their ways.
They have a habit of feeding us with a golden spoon and promise in the future they will give it to us. But we are so focused on the golden spoon that we're not even asking what the heck that is they're feeding us. Then once they do give it to us, they crash the economy, so now the spoon is worthless, but they tell us things will get better.
Yeah, it's like a rotting old aluminum spoon wrapped with gold foil or something. Okay, in a nutshell, this is what they've been doing. Destroying the economy by forcing us to buy overseas, which cuts all jobs here, making us believe that socialism is the answer and that capitalism is the devil, making our education really dumbed down and forcing everyone in debt. Then they make us feel we can't make any decision on our own without them.
But what they won't tell you is that, what Lenin said, the goal of socialism is communism. So, if you still want to brand us as conspiracy theorists, you may go ahead. I just hope that once the truth begins to shine brightly, it just isn't too late for some people.
So what would happen if Q was accepted by the left-leaning media agencies? Well, basically, the entire system would crash. I mean, no, really, if this were to actually happen, it would be that Trump's team would have already began the process of clearing out the bad people in these companies and begin to dismantle the CIA.
But also, if this did start to happen, it would also show that there is a great awakening and that people are realizing the truth before them now. That the evil in the area is dissipating and that the light is beginning to shine in people's hearts once more.
Q did say that in the future there won't be a CIA. It was great from its inception. And in the future, all that'll be left is the NSA. The life of a spy agency is one built on lies. How can anything be trusted that it says? In this case, it won't be able to keep reporters on its payroll. Okay, so final thoughts. Here's one thing I just want to say to you all. Some of you, after watching this, are going to be like, oh, you guys are right and conservatives and blah, 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 but you're basically playing right into the media's hands if you do that. Actually, Ben and I couldn't care less about parties.
Yeah, actually, I couldn't at all. I just want to vote for someone who is upright, holding up traditional values, being righteous, and being truthful.
Anyone who's good, we support.
And taking down the deep state.
Yeah,
that's
basically
the most important thing. If someone's willing to do that, they have my support.
Conspiracy theorist is a stick that people use to beat people. Don't fall into that either. All we want to do is give you guys the truthful information, and that's all we're trying to do here. We are not taking sides. We're not getting on the liberal or the Republican bandwagon or whatever. This is not what we're doing.
Yeah, we're not Nazis.
Yeah.
So Rob and I have been actually following Q for a very long time. So it's not like we've just...
That is they're called Edge of Wonder. All credit to them. So what do you
can
think
take
of
that Peaky Blinders hat off for a fucking start.
Well, that's kind of the I would say the pro Q argument then, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think to that, lads?
Well, just jumping.
He wants to vote for someone who upholds truth. He's putting Trump.
Well,
he thinks Trump's
telling the truth.
Yeah.
Well, he thinks.
My thing was he wants Trump's
insane.
dismantling the CIA or wants to dismantle. Can you dismantle the CIA?
You can with the bill.
No, who can you?
You can with the bill from House of Congress.
Right, and all them people, all those highly trained agents, all them people who are really running the country, as we said earlier, are going to accept that. They've got people in everywhere, if the theories is believed. You've even got them posing as journalists. I'll guarantee you they've got members of the Senate, members of the Supreme Court, all on the CIA payroll.
Well, the CIA
you can't dismantle
and do a coup,
something
a coup.
that, and maybe the pieces are being moved into checkmate by the CIA. I don't think you could dismantle. If they're saying that it's as all powerful as it is, you couldn't dismantle it.
Well, Operation Mockingbird.
Okay.
You just touched on it in what you were saying there, and they mentioned it in their video. Operation Mockingbird was an alleged large-scale program of the United States Central Intelligence Agency that began in the early 1950s and attempted to manipulate news media for propaganda purposes. It funded student and cultural organizations and magazines as front organizations. According to writer Deborah Davis, Operation Mockingbird recruited leading American journalists into a propaganda network and oversaw the operations of front groups. CIA support of front groups was exposed after a 1967 Ramparts magazine article reported that the National Student Association received funding from the CIA. In the 1970s, congressional investigations and reports also revealed agency connections with journalists and civic groups. None of these reports, however, mentions an Operation Mockingbird coordinating or supporting these activities. A Project Mockingbird is mentioned in the CIA Family Jewels report compiled in the mid-1970s. According to the declassified version of the report, released in 2007, Project Mockingbird involved the wiretapping of 2 American journalists for several months in the early 1960s. And it goes on to...
Bernstein, by any chance?
It goes on to give
believable, isn't it?
Yeah, it goes on to give some real, actual examples of that, which I won't read out.
Surely the CIA, the deep state, were fighting communism. These guys think that they're going to turn us all into commies.
I mean, remember the thing, it's let's say the CIA at its almost powerful, utmost budget, manpower, everything. It's looking into anything it wants to. It's got the money. Is the 60s and the 70s, the height of the Cold War, isn't it? You know, and the early 80s to a point. It's stretching across like 2.5 decades.
Okay.
I mean, but they're fighting communism, as Mike said.
But the CIA installs.
But they're also then
and kills.
But they're also then
presidents.
pushing their own agenda to keep the anti-communist agenda up with the White House. So anyone who's seen as being less communist, less tough, more likely to roll over and agree to their nuclear reduction demands,
to bring it
is discredited by the press and taken out.
But we know, as we touched on earlier, we do. I think all three of us, don't we agree there is a deep state?
I think there's definitely something.
I certainly do. And remember, we've all heard it. It's fucking chilling when you listen back to it now. Bone chilling. We've all heard that Kennedy speech where he talks about the dark forces, the shadow players.
President Eisenhower came out and said it.
Fuck.
Well, Eisenhower's last words on leaving office. Eisenhower's last words on leaving office. Don't
beware the
military-industrial complex.
Yeah. So we know it's there.
Yeah.
So
Don't
of course they would control the media. It's obvious.
Yeah.
I know no one wants to really face that reality and believe that they could be so easily manipulated. But look, it is that easy. They control the media. They control the narrative.
Didn't the Washington Post do some deal with the CIA or something?
To not report something.
There was,
no,
yes.
There was the 600.
Hang on, wasn't that the O'Hare Airport episode? The CIA kind of got involved with the reporter trying to interfere with it, trying to report it.
They're into everything, man. I'm really sorry. I'm not having another piss. Sorry. Yeah, they're into everything.
So we're back. So we've got the sitting down with QAnon conspiracy theorists on the Jim Jeffries show. I've watched this a couple of times. It's pretty funny, and they even start arguing amongst themselves at one point.
Awesome.
One's a flat earther.
Oh, great.
It's a nice little balance to the last video that we watched.
Exactly. It's funny.
Let's see the other side.
I'm sure we'll have a giggle.
Donald Trump put his name on the political map with a conspiracy theory.
Why doesn't he show his birth certificate?
And it's not the only time he's gone to that well.
They say they found a pillow on his face, which is a pretty unusual place to find a pillow.
The beautiful child went to have the vaccine, now is autistic.
Recently, many of Trump's supporters are buying into something even bigger.
Those Trump supporters you see waving around the letter Q are followers of Q.
What QAnon is a fringe movement in which many baseless conspiracy theories are discussed on the internet.
So I dove deep into the rabbit hole to talk to 4 prominent QAnon researchers, including one who has 140,000 YouTube subscribers and millions of views. What is QAnon?
QAnon is basically a shadow civil war between rogue intelligence agencies and good guys, for lack of a better term.
Do we all agree on this? This exists.
QAnon 100%.
100%.
Oh yeah.
100%. Q's a guy that's on the internet.
Not a guy.
Not a guy.
It's a group. The people that have the full scope of the picture is less than 10. We shouldn't be caught up on who is Q. It's more of what is it.
He says that because what's about to be revealed is that QAnon is actually JFK Jr. So JFK Jr. is alive, and he brought the plan to Donald pre-1999.
Is Q more powerful than Trump?
Trump is a part of the Q team, so he's
just part of the team.
Yeah, he's actually posted at least once or twice. At least twice. He signed it.
Know that.
Well, we do know that because when it's signed as 4/10/20, that's Donald J. Trump. But you got to understand numerology to know that. There was a tweet where everything in the tweet is just regular verbiage, regular grammar, but he has the word roaring, the word great, and the word reviews all in caps. Look up the numerology behind those words, and it comes out to the number 17.
What does the number 17 mean?
Q.
That just means Q.
It's the 17th letter of the alphabet.
Well, this is a lot more simple than I thought it would be.
Donald Trump is one of the most intelligent men probably in our lifetime, like top 5.
Oh, God. That's playing hard. He might actually be right on this one, according to one reliable source.
I was a really good student at the best school. I'm not like a smart guy, okay? Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
In your mind, Q is a force of good? And it's saving us from what? An elite satanic pedophile ring?
One of the aspects of corruption they are working to dismantle is human trafficking rings, yes. Remember when Trump was on stage and he grabbed the Fiji water? Fiji is one of the biggest human trafficking areas on the planet.
What big profile people are in this pedophile ring?
Do you want names?
Sure.
Hillary Clinton.
You think Hillary Clinton's a pedophile?
Worse.
What's worse than a pedophile?
Human sacrifice, child sacrifice, newborn babies. There's something in their blood that apparently gives them some euphoric experience.
It's called adrenochrome. It acts as a drug, essentially.
Where do they get the babies from?
Haiti.
A lot of these babies are bred specifically for that purpose.
Give me 5 names of big names that are going down.
Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, John McCain, George Bush, and
Obama. James Comey.
The conspiracy theories surrounding Obama, Michelle is a man?
I'm just saying, there's a bulge.
No. You believe that Michelle Obama has a penis? Do you believe Michelle Obama is a man?
I tend to think she is.
What real evidence is there to support any of these claims?
None.
What claims?
What claims? You just said Hillary Clinton eats babies and Michelle Obama pisses standing up. There is no bulge.
I want to make sure people need to know this. QAnon is not we are not tied to Alex Jones or anything in regards to InfoWars. That would be a misrepresentation of who we are as researchers.
No, that guy's crazy.
He's insane.
That's the tough thing about conspiracy theories is that a lot of them are put out there very purposefully to distract and confuse, and they're just BS.
So what's being sent out to distract us?
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth. See, you believe. See.
So please let me comment on that. All right, I'm gonna blow your minds right now. You ready?
All right. Looking forward to it.
When we scrutinize all those things coming from NASA, it's all CGI. It's all edited.
So you're telling me moon round, Jupiter round, sun round,
Not
Earth
spherical.
flat.
The world's round. The reason that QAnon is a Trump supporter's wet dream is because it encompasses nearly every conspiracy theory in the history of the world, from the Freemasons to the deep state and everything in between. 9/11?
Israel.
False flag. Inside job.
It's politics, it's Hollywood, it's music, it's religion.
It's literally life or death.
I was just to pull a picture of JFK's burial site. It's the shape of a Q.
Pizza, walnut sauce, Domino's. There's various food language that is used for code words in pedophile circles.
Russian collusion, false flag.
Oh, 100%. They colluded with Hillary and Barack.
What people are seeing is demonic possession.
Well, seems to play.
And that was the Dragon Society, which supposedly came up out of Asia, but has been forming Western alliances.
The Queen of England was accused of being a shapeshifter by Putin.
Thousands of people saw the Queen of England turn into her true form.
Wouldn't you love to find out that cancer can be cured?
Do you think the government's holding back a cancer?
I've seen it done.
There's going to be an order allowing elected officials to be court-martialed. Have you heard of this at all, Jordan? No. Okay, so we'll have to look into this.
These are people.
I haven't seen anything crazy. I've felt energy, but not seen it.
Define lizard people.
It's one thing to listen to what these conspiracy theorists think about the world, but it's entirely another that they elected one of their own to run it. And that should make even the most rational of us paranoid as Do any of you think that anything that you have heard today is crazy?
Yes.
Yeah, I looked up the Queen. I watched that video earlier.
Yeah.
And I went, well, I never saw that. I never heard that.
Queen.
Obviously, I've been suppressed by the mainstream media, lamestream media.
Oh.
So I went in. Apparently, you can find it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to YouTube, and it's absolutely nothing.
What happened?
Basically, she turns slow. It's really slowed down. All the footage is really slowed down, and she kind of turns her head. It looks like her pupil is fully black.
Right.
On the one eye, just the one eye, the one she turns to the camera. So the angle of it is she's got her eye a bit closed as well, and it's just like that's it.
Lizard Queen.
So you don't see
I mean,
any
don't get me
fangs?
wrong. She could well be a reptilian. Let's not discount that. But what he threw out there, what I found on YouTube earlier, because I was like, I never fucking saw that. Was
so some of what they're saying, you're saying. Some of what they're saying, you're saying. Some of what they're saying could be bunkum.
I think that, I did enjoy the fact that the biggest fucking QAnon nut on there, right, was flat Earth. Fuck off, basically, to that guy. It was fucking brilliant. Like, wow, there are limits.
QAnon is real, Ben.
He was quite disdainful to the woman. She's like, "Oh, have you heard about that?" And he's like, "No, I haven't heard about that." He's like, "Oh, well, we'll have to do some research." He just looked at her and thought,
they're basically comparing conspiracy cocks.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
And that guy,
she tried to whip hers out, and he beat it down with his and went, "No, I won't. I do not know of this."
Yeah, that guy he had the 140,000 followers on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
he was
the
expert on this.
I'm the expert. And there's all these people who are just peasants compared to me. That was he was man-spreading and everything. His body language was very obvious. I'd like to play poker against him.
So what else have we got? Have we got any more on this QAnon? And then we'll give our opinions because I'm conflicted.
Yeah. We've got an article on who are QAnon supporters.
Can you say that one, Mike?
According to their Reddit activity.
Okay.
I read some of these boards and I lost faith in humanity.
When we looked at our Great Awakening community as a whole, we found that the biggest overlaps was with the pro-Trump community, the Donald. The next biggest overlap was conspiracy, which has recently taken a pro-Trump bent. So these are the things that overlap. The Donald, conspiracy, politics, drain the swamp, cringe, anarchy, political humour, the Great Awakening, NBA, Meta Canada, Ask the Donald, conservative, top minds of Reddit, the Mueller, $1 Million Extreme, Walk Away, Bitcoin,
Biblical Q,
Libertarian, Trashy, Drama, MMA, Cryptocurrency, Wow. Ask Trump supporters, World Politics, Public Freakout, and then some pro-Sanders subreddits. Way of the Burn, Wall Street Bets, and so forth.
The numbers are a lot lower, to be fair.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they're there. Well, you see, that's like I said earlier. My problem with this is I'm sad that it's just linked. I think it's a cool conspiracy or a cool idea. I just don't like that it's linked to the right. I wish it wasn't linked to either. I wish it was a rebel group and it wasn't necessarily Donald. I love the idea of a super high level agent giving out information and breadcrumbs, as they call it, to sort of educate people in a subtle, slow way and undermine the political system and the mainstream media. I love the idea of that. It's just a shame that they're right-wing and Donald Trump and all that, isn't it? So like I said, I'm just resigned to myself. I'm going to enjoy the rest of Donald. I'm going to try to. He's like a mad cartoon character come to life, and you know, it's not our country.
It's like Toontown was real for Who Framed Roger Rabbit and one got president,
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, it's not my country, so I'm going to try not to stress about it anymore and enjoy the Donald.
I try and enjoy it.
Q, I'd love it to be real, but I hope I just wish he was a bit more neat, neither attached to the left and attacking the right, or the right attacking the left. I wish he was detached from all of it and a real splinter group rebel kind of. I'd like that. That would be good.
Yeah.
I think.
Bit of a rebel alliance thing going
Wouldn't
on.
it? Wouldn't that be better than it being the fucking Republican?
The Donald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea. What do you think? You know, a top level agent releasing info and fucking with everyone. And
I think Trump's
it is,
writing some of it.
No, I just think it is somebody fucking with people.
Yeah.
Well, that's the possibility.
Yeah.
It's either you've got this possibility that it's a fucking Democrat troll, haven't you? Or you've just got this possibility it's a fat white man who thinks he's a fat white incel who thinks he's the genetic supremacy on the planet and decides that he's going to write this shit. I mean...
Or it's Trump posting directly on 4chan.
I think that Trump writes some of it. I read some of the posts and it's all very, like, kiss ass.
Or he's telling people what to write.
Oh, yeah.
Are we giving our opinions or have we got more...
That's it, opinions,
right,
yeah.
Opinions then. So.
I think it's... I think what they're pumping
I think it's JFK Jr.
Faked his own death. Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, faked his own death, took the Trump in early 99 and then Trump sat on that human trafficking ring for nearly 20 years.
Yeah.
So I know there's a human trafficking ring.
I think it's uneducated people putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5.
And getting swept up in it.
Yeah. And they got some elements right, the CIA, the deep state.
Yeah.
They got little...
There's enough grains.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've thrown enough kernels of truth in there and people believe it, and there probably is a deep state. The CIA, I think, do really run the country.
Yeah,
probably.
Same as our intelligence services probably really run the country because they have the ultimate power at the end of the day.
The billionaires, they write the laws themselves. It's been proven.
And
the US is an oligarchy. It is not a democracy.
Boys, they literally turn around the president and say, we keep the country safe, fuck with us and it won't be safe and you'll be out and we'll get someone who
They just own the politicians, don't they?
Of course, yes.
They own the government, so
Kill
they...
the ones that don't play ball.
Yeah, or discredit them.
But I don't know. See, but the thing is, I always have is like, how much of a budget? I mean, how much manpower does that take to run things?
Well, lots, obviously, but it's.
I mean, if you're getting if you're putting journalists out there or paying them off,
the funds are unlimited.
But, are they unlimited?
Yeah. Look at the black hole and the fucking budget for
they just writ it off. Just blew up the.
Well, that's because they threw a plane into the accounting departments.
Yeah, but they never.
It's basically unlimited. It's basically unlimited.
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
Do they make enough of Black Ops to literally just do what they want?
They don't need it to be Black Ops.
I think that a lot of their money comes from Black Ops, so it's got it.
They were selling crack in the USA to fund the fucking CIA.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that next episode in detail.
Of course they got the money.
Yeah, I suppose they're selling crack.
And why the fuck are we so intent on protecting the poppy fields?
Yeah.
Well, that's another valid point.
Well, obviously, somewhere. Where's that money go? It's not. They don't talk about it in Parliament, do they? And how much from the illegal control of the import and export of the poppy plant from Afghanistan under the guise of our freedom liberation operation? Oh yes, that money's going into the pedo child international ring. A few cars for a few lords. You know, awful lot of cocaine done at the last conference. You know, someone's got to pay for it. You don't want that in the books, do you? No, they're not going to talk about that shit. All that money's going somewhere. Why are we protecting the poppy fields? The heroin trade's gone up. Where's all that money going? It's not to your little low end. Everyone has this idea of drug dealers being loaded. The importers are in that. Street dealers are struggling little fucking scum rat fucking scratches. Yeah, they're not living opulent lives. You know. So where's all the money going, man? Somewhere.
Yeah.
Spaceship.
There's a group of people that own the world. It's bankers. It's the top politicians,
intelligence
officials, the top business people, the billionaires.
Where the real power is, the money.
That's it. So the money, the way the society is structured, is the money is sucked up to the wealthy.
So here's my next
trickle down economics.
Here's my next.
That was the whole point of it. It was meant to funnel up to the top, and they have that much, and it spills out, and we get the scraps. Fuck me. Even if that worked, it doesn't sound good, does it?
Such tasty scraps, thank you.
Oh, you gotta love it.
But no, it's all in the Cayman Islands.
How much money do you need?
We haven't seen it.
But they want it all because it's power.
Exactly.
That's what it is. It's not much. Because you say, how rich do you need to be? Or even richer, because we want to be more powerful.
Yeah, I need another yacht.
No, it's not even that. That's how you get power over politics
But
and
is
international...
there a man or 10 people working as Q with Trump to bring in the deep state?
That leads me exactly to my next question.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all kind of in agreement that probably is some kind of ulterior force on our so-called democratically elected government.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my question is, would Donald Trump, a man firmly from a wealthy background, businessman, successfully or not, depends on your side of reason.
Yeah, but he's new money and he ain't, blue blood.
Son of an immigrant.
Son of a bitch, sorry.
Famously,
basically, he's like
famously
they live. He ain't the
anti-immigration,
aliens.
married to everything this man says.
Yeah, he isn't the aliens. He's the other people.
Yeah,
the top people.
Is he a skull-faced alien?
No.
But he's in collusion with the skull-faced aliens. But then he's trying to portray himself as a man of the people.
Yeah.
So the very people that he's knocked around with all his life are all of a sudden the enemy.
He's trying to fuck over the skull-faced aliens just because he wants to ride roughshod over him and prove he's all powerful.
And he said he's going to drain the swamp. What has he done?
Oh, nothing.
He's put the people on Wall Street in charge of the economy.
Yeah.
People in charge of the education that doesn't want...
Well, Betsy DeVos was a fucking creationist. He put her in charge of education. I don't know if she still is or not.
What's the significance of him sacking the Attorney General?
But he sacked a lot of people.
But isn't that something like... I saw some things I didn't click on that were like, can he do this legally? Is this a... Because apparently that's unprecedented.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I haven't...
But he sacked a lot of people. I mean, he appointed... General Mad Dog Mattis, who was a Marine Corps commander in the last Gulf War. He's called Mad Dog, for fuck's sake, that's his nickname, and he's a Marine. That makes him doubly hard. Yeah, and he still managed to sack him as well.
He might not be good at his job though.
Well, he was a good general-ish, but good-ish general, but certainly you appoint him as your bulldog, your pit bull, and then you sack him later on.
I think these people probably didn't show loyalty. He probably did something that Trump was like, because remember Trump's like mafia street level, like New York.
That's just a bit loyalty,
isn't it?
He's
like, you made me question your loyalty, and I cannot have that around me. You're out of here, you son of a bitch. Like, but Mr. President, I'm really sorry. I only spoke. You're out of here. And it sends a message to everybody else.
Here's a question.
Fed him to the
Have they got anything on Trump? That's my question.
Well, hang on. Let me ask my question first, and then we'll get on to the pissing incident. Because that's where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Do you think that Donald Trump has ever had all his associates around a small round table and walked around with a baseball bat, talking about baseball, and then bludgeoning someone to death with the bat because he questioned their loyalty?
Possibly.
He couldn't hold it in his little hands, could he?
We'd have a smaller bat. He'd have one made to match his hands, Mike. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, he got one of his henchmen to do it, obviously. Luigi, I can't hold the bat. You do this for me.
Oh no, he's a billionaire, Gaz.
Come on, they showed that clip with him drinking that bottle of water. You had to hold two hands to drink it.
No, but you heard the conspircy, but I like this conspiracy.
But he'd have a bat with a smaller handle, bigger bat.
No, because of the bad shit happening in Fiji. And him being
that was the
He held it in such a weird, awkward way to get the photo up. So
no, he did this because he's got small hands.
No, it's because there'd be millions of photos of him holding a bottle saying Fiji just to fuck with those people, importing people from Fiji. He's like, I'm on to you.
Bollocks.
Yeah, why don't I just fucking say it? I bet you're grateful in your basketball career, Gaz, that you got your mum's hands rather than your dad's.
Well, yeah. I just think. Look,
so anyway,
embrace the Trump.
Mike, have they got something on Trump?
Yeah. Have they got something on Trump?
Is the pissing incident a thing?
There we go.
I mean, does he hate the Obamas that much? Did that jibe at that little press conference / roast thing go down that badly? He decided that just to even privately get one back on him, he hires a couple of Russian prostitutes and decides to piss all over the bed and they piss on him just because they'd slept in that bed. Is that how much that guy will go to?
I don't know.
Or I mean,
I love it. You're peeing on me, and this is the bed where Obama lay, and now I'm coming.
I mean,
in the pee.
But I mean, if Trump was against like the deep state and that, surely the first law that he passed was a tax cut for the rich.
Yeah.
So how's he looking after the ordinary man?
Remember that famous photo of him and Farage, a couple of the right-wing guys, posing in front of a gold fucking elevator while proclaiming to be men of the people? I mean, the elevator was made of fucking gold!
They're trolling you!
Exactly! But people are believing it!
You've got to see the humour in it. He's a genius.
No,
I'm joking, listener. Don't email us. I'm joking, I really am joking. I know he's a cock.
I mean...
But is QAnon real?
No. That's my opinion.
Definitely. It's just a massive hoax.
Yeah.
Someone with a lot of time on their hands.
I think it's Trump and a little team. I do think it's Trump and a little team, but that's where the fucking everything else goes. So a lot of them
it's like a psyop to try and...
Yeah, he's a psyop. Yeah.
I don't think Trump's that clever.
No, but he's probably got clever people around him.
I think maybe he's hijacked
somewhere.
it as a psyop. I don't think he started it though.
Maybe the CIA have said we've got this idea for a psyop.
Yeah. It's a grassroots way of ensuring he's a hero.
And who's the best guy at promoting Donald Trump? Donald Trump. So maybe the guy's writing out that, you know, Kim Jong-un's a puppet ruler, everyone in Hollywood's a pedo, every mass shooting is a false flag. Maybe that's your Q team, but then all the pro-Trump ones, where it's literally just kissing his ass, just let Donnie write it. Fuck it.
I think it's just a mentalist that believes it.
But there is also that possibility. You know what, Mike? You're absolutely right. I think
it's a patriot with really good computer skills.
Yeah. Now he thinks like, you know,
he's a god.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
he knows his bollocks to a certain extent.
A movement, people who are at rallies or with the t-shirts on.
But who is anyone making money out of it?
I don't know.
Do it for free. The thing is, someone's going to be making them t-shirts.
Yeah.
So maybe you get a cut of that. Maybe you organise your t-shirts.
I don't know if Q is copyrighted Q. But, hey, look.
So what's your opinion?
I don't know.
You're on the fence?
It's probably bollocks. But I just like the idea of it. In a way, I just like the idea of a top-level agent doing this. I think it would be fun. Because it's fucking causing they're affecting politics. Whoever a Q is, it's affecting actual politics. So it is a real thing. Whether it is a government level and Donald Trump's got anything to do with it, I don't fucking know. I doubt it. But it's probably as a bloke called Trevor. It's a bit of a patriot, can use a computer.
Lives in his mom's basement.
Yeah, and he's affecting.
Maybe he is actually, got paranoid delusion and believes this.
Maybe he didn't start that way, but now that he's affecting society and he sees people turning up at rallies,
that's it.
That he's probably thinking, oh fuck, and he might take this to where does this end? Maybe the CIA will have to hunt whoever this is down. Who knows? But it was fun to talk about, and I think, like I said, buckle up and let's enjoy Trump.
2 more years, allegedly.
Good luck to you, gentlemen. I hope we
see you
the other
Trump.
side. Hail Godhead Trump.
God Emperor Trump.
God Emperor Trump, sorry. Don't kill me!
I think that this is like a really interesting one because it works on a lot of levels, because we've said like, we all think there's a deep state.
Yeah.
But I don't go for Q. I don't go for anyone exposing it. I don't think they'd be that daft. They're effectively trying to control human society in one of the biggest, the most powerful country on the planet militarily.
And if the deep state is all this powerful, why haven't they silenced him?
Yeah.
Because he's a rogue.
Oh no! Apparently, don't forget that the firefighter prophet claims he's had so many 12 assassination attempts.
He's just really good at computers. They can't track him down.
I think it's bullshit. I go for testes on this one.
Okay.
But I do think the deep state thing is true. But I think that Trump is part of the. I think there's a deeper conspiracy that Trump is part of the deep state and using this to push a false propaganda to make people think the deep state isn't actually real and all controlling.
Do you remember?
It's a double bluff.
Ben, it's like that Iron Maiden album cover where the devil is playing a puppet of Eddie.
The Number of the Beast.
But the devil is then a puppet himself being played by a larger Eddie.
Yeah.
It's just like that, Russian dolls, it's like...
Yes, that's the best analogy for it.
Trump is a
until you get to the lizard people at the top.
Yeah. Until you get to Queen Elizabeth's eye turning slightly black from a weird angle. And then it's all reptilian from there on.
Bow down to the lizard men. Din, din. Yeah.
So that's been QAnon.
Yeah.
Finish with some weird news?
Yeah, man. Should we have a very short break first?
Yes, we can do that.
Let's get the boys' views on this week's weird news.
So let's finish off with some weird news and a bit of fun, Alex. So what's up first, Mike? A judge called a racist a cunt in court.
Wow.
And
I love this country.
Yeah. This is from the UK.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fair play.
You cunt.
A very blue exchange occurred in Chelmsford Crown Court between a judge and a big fat racist on Tuesday. As judge,
know which side this paper's on.
Yeah, we do. As Judge Patricia Lynch QC sentenced defendant John Hennigan to 18 months in jail for racially abusing a Caribbean woman. Hennigan, who looks a bit like every racist football firm movie extra, was melted into one gigantic mega prick, or the final boss in a video game but corpulent anti-Semites, has 23 convictions for 47 offences, mostly for being a racist shithouse. It is very easy to see which side this article was on. I just found the wording fantastic.
Yeah.
After the sentence was handed down, Hennigan told the judge that she was a bit of a cunt. To which the QC replied,
Wow.
"You're a bit of a cunt yourself. Being offensive to me doesn't help."
It's true.
It would have been better with the second sentence, but it's still pretty good for a judge.
Yeah, man.
Hennigan told her, "Oh, go fuck yourself." And she replied, "You too." After the heated exchange, Hennigan banged on the glass of his stand, zig-heiled twice, and sang a ditty about gassing Jews.
Oh, lovely person.
The judge mocked Hennigan's actions by saying, "We're all very impressed. Take him down." That's pretty badass.
Yeah. Oh, badass judge.
Yeah. Judge Hennigan. Oh, not Judge Hennigan. What's her name? I've forgotten already. Shame. Either way, she's pretty badass. Though some may chide the judge for unprofessionalism, it's a spreading disease, I can tell you. It's difficult to see the problem. Not out of a sense of righteousness, but through a sense of defending the facts. Hennigan confronts mothers who have young children present. He has to be court-ordered not to be racist in public. The guy's clearly a cunt. Let the records show it is in perpetually throughout the entire universe. That's not a quote from the judge, just the article.
Well, they've got it bang on, I'd say.
Yeah,
you
well
just
done,
sound
Vice.
like a fucking... Yeah, there's not much more I can say.
If you were the judge in that scenario, and he walked in, and he's probably like, you know, your average sort of fat gammon, and the first, you know, and you listen to the evidence against him, and you look at him, and you're thinking, well, he does fit the profile.
Yeah.
You just go, bang, 18 months. There
Well,
you
that's
go.
not just
Not even
his
lesson to
words,
fucking
but,
learn.
You know,
Always I'm taking a shot, I don't mind either way.
you gotta let him have his, you know, he obviously, you give him his rope and he hung himself with it, didn't he? I mean, for a judge to say, well, you're a bit of a cunt yourself, aren't you? Yeah, wonderful. So,
I
next,
liked it.
he deserved it.
I did enjoy it. Snoop Dogg smoked a blunt outside the White House and said, "Fuck the president."
Wow, what a rebel.
And our mate Chris, making him a shout out, looks exactly like a white version of Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Since Trump's ascension to the presidency, the 47-year-old has been highly critical of the Republican. That's Snoop Dogg. He's called Trump out in songs and made one music video, made a Trump lookalike clown, aimed a toy gun at him and even chained him up. Trump has also criticised Snoop Dogg on Twitter and stated that he would have been thrown in jail if he pulled a similar stunt with Barack Obama. There's a few quotes there, Twitter, little Twitter war. So yeah, basically Snoop Dogg, he goes outside, sits outside the White House. He has he sparks up a fatty.
Well.
And turns to the camera and says, "Well, you know what? Fuck the president. I like his style."
Yeah.
Seemed quite adequate for this.
He won't be doing that when he's emperor.
Well, no, when he's got emperor, Snoop Dogg's head on a
Publicly
stake.
executed. He'll have his head cut off on the White House lawn.
All them spikes on the White House fence would be filled with heads.
Yeah.
With black and brown people.
Of all the Hollywood...
Well, no, all the Hollywood pedos,
all the
obviously.
all the celebrities that have slagged him off, like, they can't resist. Even one of my favourite actors ever, Jack Black, got a Hollywood walk on this... Oh shit, what am I trying to say? I'm stoner, John.
Hollywood star.
A star, yeah. And then his speech ended with, "Fuck Trump," as he left the stage. So his head will be on a fucking stake,
Yeah.
or a blackjack.
maybe
Jack Black.
Maybe Jack Black is also part of the Hollywood paedophile.
No! Shut up. He's not.
His mate looks like a pedo.
He doesn't.
Allegedly.
He does not. He's
He
the
doesn't.
rage cage. He does not. He looks
When he's
amazing.
in his first video, just the bald head.
No,
And
that's the whole
weird,
joke.
the weird old man bald head.
He's rage cage.
Well, allegedly. I agree with Mike. Allegedly.
No, I think your barometer's way off there.
Maybe so. It probably is, but
Him and Tom Hanks are in a pedo ring.
in Hollywood, they're the kingpins of it all. Allegedly.
Not the rage cage. Maybe Tom Hanks.
You said no Tom Hanks?
Yeah, but compared to rage cage, you can have Tom Hanks. I'll keep rage cage. What's the next news
I hope he's
story?
not a pedo now, Tom Hanks.
This is all allegedly, remember.
We got another weird one.
Yeah, we got one more.
One more. Oh, wow. Yves Saint Laurent launches penis jewellery including £215 earrings and a £520 necklace.
But my penis doesn't have a nose or ears.
No, it's literally.
I know.
Yeah, have you seen the picture?
It's jewellery made of penises.
Not made of
them,
penis.
Well, you know what I mean, in the shape of
That would be freaky, wouldn't it?
made by Yves Saint Laurent as well.
And we mocked the adrenochrome fucking conspiracy earlier, and now here we are with penis fucking earrings.
Cock earrings. Should I get them for Leona's Christmas present? For
I
the
think you
listener, it's
should.
basically two dangling cocks. Well, one each ear. Yeah.
And necklaces.
Wow.
Not real cocks.
No, they're not real cocks. They're probably gold cocks.
They're brass.
Or brass cocks.
You might need deep pockets to be able to afford to buy them, and you might not want to wear them round your nans for a Sunday lunch, but penis earrings are here.
Wow. And they're here.
Yves Saint Laurent as well. I mean, it's not like.
That's top end, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought.
Well, that's why they can charge that, but.
Oh, yeah. And
it's an odd choice for a brand to make, isn't it?
well,
It's 215 quid!
Especially at the state of the world today when the patriarchy is the worst thing ever and all men are evil. Do you know what I mean? Who's
They're going to be saying, where's
the
the vagina?
It's 215 quid for the earrings, and 520 quid for a fucking pendant penis.
It's probably a very...
snip.
Oh, it's a very expensive joke, possibly, isn't it? I don't know.
It's 100% brass. Well, it caused a controversy on Twitter.
Oh, they went down a storm on social media.
Yeah.
One Twitter user wrote, I don't know what's worse, the person wearing brass penis earrings or the fact that they are charging you $345 for the luxury of wearing penis earrings. Others were confused by the news because they assumed it was jewellery for a guy to hang off his manhood. See, I'm not the only moron out there who assumed that from the headline. One wrote, once again, I read the headline. I thought it was jewellery for the penis, and I couldn't figure out how that would work. Silly me. So that's basically it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, they have. Oh, I'll read one last line. Despite their unique design and hefty price tag, the earrings and necklaces have actually sold out.
Fantastic. Well, they've been listed as not available, so that could be sold out or removed immediately.
Fuck me.
Maybe they had a breach.
So I can't get them for Leona, even if she wanted them.
No, sorry, mate.
I'll make my own out of plasticine.
I'm sure Mike would help you make a mould.
No, I could make my own plasticine penis, thank you. Ben.
No, like if you just...
I'm
gonna
perfectly
get around
capable.
glasses.
What are you doing on Sunday, Mike?
Model my penis for his fucking penis earring.
He gets hard on, you put a mould around it.
No!
And then Leona walks in, we're making earrings for you, darling.
No, you're making it do.
It's all for you, I swear.
You know what? That genuinely, that's a present for someone.
Well,
that is legitimately a thing where you make a mould of your own penis.
I don't need to
and
give
then
her a
you
mould,
and
my
you
real
send
one.
it off. They make a dildo exactly like your penis. You then give to your wife or partner.
I do not need to give her a replica of my penis, as the real one is perfectly sufficient. Thank you very much.
I'm not saying it isn't, but if you're away, she might want it.
I'm never away. I'll never leave. There's never an opportunity for anyone to get in there.
You have to, no, she may want your penis while you're not there.
Oh, well, listen, hang on.
So it's in virtual form in a way.
No, this isn't related, but I was giving some...
Too many cocks spoil the broth.
There's the king of puns, sir.
Exactly.
There you go.
I'm the only cock in the house. Speaking of cocks, my niece, she's not a cock, but she was back visiting from university. She's done her first sort of semester at uni. And
how long's a semester?
I don't know, like a term, I
guess. I thought you went, I thought you might have known.
Well, that was a long time ago, Ben. Anyway, she was talking about, dodgy people and dodgy men, and I was trying to think of the best sort of self-defense advice I could give her, and what I came up with was, and I think this is pretty ingenious, to get a butcher knife, something big like that, and gaffer tape it to her hand.
Right.
So it can't be taken off her, and whichever way you grab her, if she's got a fucking butcher knife, gaffer tape to her hand.
Yeah.
Stabby McStab. She's gonna be. Yeah, I thought it was pretty solid advice. To be
or slashy slash.
Yeah. I said you might have difficulty getting into places.
That would be an issue. Bouncers tend to be aware of that kind of thing.
And you might accidentally stab someone or yourself. But I think it's a very cheap, homemade sort of surefire way. Gaffer tape it to your hand.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'm going with it.
Or with a rape alarm.
Good luck to her. I did say pepper spray might be an option, but she's on a budget basically. She's already broke. She's discovered hangovers. Yeah, hasn't been to that many lectures, I don't think.
I don't think you should be encouraging her to take blades to her hands.
But she talked about some really dodgy people, so I was like, well...
Well, you shouldn't be able to do it if she's not doing with the lectures and getting drunk too often. You should then not be saying to her, hey, gather to a dodge your hand.
Well, it'll protect her.
That's not going to go well, do well with a deed, is it?
Yeah. I thought it was pretty
you're not doing the lectures, you get pissed all the time, and you walk around the butcher's knife, gather to your hand.
Do you think anyone's going to fuck with her, realistically? No. Butcher's knife. Gaffer tape to her hand, exactly. She might not make any friends.
More saner advice might have been to stop the drinking a bit and don't hang about with these dodgy people.
Yeah.
Not
knuckle down, study hard.
Not gaffer tape blades.
Make sure that you're not going to be. I know you're going to be massively in debt, but make sure you can pay it off at the end. Not gaffer tape blade your hand and hang around with dodgier people. That's terrible, old clink.
She did say I'm the cool uncle, and I thought it was. I thought it was pretty solid advice, to be honest. My other bit of advice was to keep a can of Lynx in one pocket and a lighter in the other.
Well, that's better advice, at least it's concealed.
Instant flamethrower.
I mean, at least it's concealed. That's fine. I mean, yeah, you'll get searched down. And it's my can of deodorant, and there's my lighter. I'm a smoker. Maybe you'll get away with it. I don't know.
Ultimate anti-mugging apparatus, ideally, would be a butcher's knife gaffer tape to each hand. No one's going to take control of you.
Wolverine-style student.
No one's going to take control of you, get hold of you and restrain you. If you've got fucking butcher's knives, gaffer taped to your hands.
That involves two hands then, she can hold a drink.
I'll put them on for her, I'll take them off.
She's going to hold a pot.
Tell her to do some PCP as well.
She won't be able to drink or she'll stab her own face off. So
there's a flaw in the plaster.
No, it's not, because she can still stop her drinking. You said I should have told her to stop drinking. Well, in a way, she will have to.
Well, you said one hand originally, now you've got two.
I've changed it now.
You've refined the idea, have you?
Mm-hmm. Obviously, she won't be able to do basic things like wipe her ass if she has a shit, or even take her trousers down. Or she could just cut the belt, I suppose.
That would cost her a fortune in trousers, then she has more debt.
Alright, okay, it might have not been the best advice, but now patented by me. Nobody go out there and start selling knives and gaffer tape packages on eBay.
Also, there's been 6 stabbings in London this week. You shouldn't be telling people to go and
that might be actually seen as a bit in bad taste that I'd forgot about all the stabbings.
Next thing we tell her to smoke some crack, it'll make her feel invulnerable.
Yeah, what they do, smoke crack and take amphetamines, you'll be awake and alert for ages, and
you won't give a shit about your exams anymore. What's crack, Uncle Gaz? Will I see colours? Well...
Actually, never having taken crack, I don't know, Gaz.
No, it's not a hallucinogen at all. It's cocaine, basically, that's been cooked. And it's just like a short, very high, but it's very short, which is why people end up running up huge bills and desperately needing another hit. So, anyway, moving on.
Well, that's been informative. Have you got one more, or is it full, Alex?
Full Alex?
Yeah, let's do our favourite game show. Just do a brief rundown of the rules, dear chap.
Well, every week we like to play a game show called Full Alex. And never go Full Alex, in fact. And it's the most popular game show in this flat.
Yeah.
Quite comfortably. Beating the Generation Game and Blockbusters comfortably. Basically, Mike finds some random weirdos on the internet who he then pits against Alex Jones in a kind of insanity battle. I think is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Insanity battle.
Who's the most batshit?
And remember, it's not about who says the most batshit insane stuff. It's about who goes Full Alex.
Well, also...
Well, no,
it's also kind of both, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is what they're saying.
It's both, yeah.
It's who's chatting the most fucking insane psychobabble out there shit. And Alex usually out Alex's himself most weeks, but quite often as well we hear someone whose lunacy levels have gone past Alex's.
Jesse Lee Peterson, now a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Here's a quick side note, boys. Have you seen Alex Jones's Halloween episode?
No.
Where he hopped around as a gay frog?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Wow, another high
Send it
point
me later.
in his broadcasting career.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?
Who have we got first, Mike?
First up, we got Michelle Bachmann that says the prayers of Christians are reforming Saudi Arabia.
You mean that country where they behead you for shit?
That's the one.
Oh, right. And they kill journalists?
Yep.
Not if you're Hulk Hogan. They'll go, woo!
Oh, I saw, just off me and Gaz got to talk wrestling for a
Go on.
second. Right. I watched that WWE, the clip on the WWE Network of Hogan rocking up in his NWO gear, and everyone's still going ape shit for like, what, a good 8 minutes?
Until it makes him cry.
Until it makes him cry.
Yeah, it's amazing.
A good 8 minutes.
That's
or
when
so.
he'd been
It
gone
was
for
solid cheering and applause. You're like,
Those
wow.
were the days. So yeah.
Wow. Sorry about that.
What's Michelle got to say?
Some batshit
We also met
sensation.
in Saudi Arabia with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia for 2 hours. It's remarkable what's happening in that nation too. It is
Stunning.
Islam is undergoing reform in various nations, whether it's Egypt, whether it is Bahrain, whether it is in United Arab Emirates or Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, of all the 56, 57 Muslim nations, they're at the top because that's where Muhammad was born, and they are the keepers of Mecca and Medina. And so you are seeing Saudi Arabia going from the 7th century to the 21st century, and they're bringing reform with it, and they talk a lot about tolerance for other beliefs. This is amazing. 4 years ago, you never would have heard this.
No.
Ever.
Yeah.
You would have never heard it. So again, the fervent, effectual prayers of righteous men. People have been praying into these Muslim countries for God to reveal himself. He is, and we are seeing a change like we never saw before. So God is stringing some of these countries together in a new alignment. I literally, with my own eyes, George, observed the shift that is happening in these nations. You never would have thought it. I was served on the Intelligence Committee 4 or 5 years ago. Never would we have suspected that these nations would be shifting in this way. And so that's why we don't give up in prayer.
That's right.
This is the effect. No prayer is ever wasted. That's why all the prayers for this election, they are not wasted. God is using them, and he's bringing a harvest from these prayers. So I'm really excited. Can you tell? I am like totally excited about what he is doing globally and in our own country.
Wow, well. So, I noticed that she didn't mention Yemen in that little list of Middle Eastern countries that are doing really well.
But no prayer is wasted, Ben.
Oh, man.
Saudi Arabia tolerant now.
Oh.
From the 7th century to the 21st. Now, my history's shit, but even I know the 7th century is a fucking long time ago.
Well, you know what?
When we're using pine cones to wipe our arseholes.
No, we're a bit further. But, weirdly, that's how the British Empire kind of dissolved. Is we basically went, well, okay, well, we need to bring these people from, like, some of them from the Middle Ages to the 20th century as quickly as possible.
What's the cause of that?
Dumbing down the populace mainly.
Right, so let's see who's next then. We'll discuss at the end.
Are their prayers reforming Islamist society?
Well, surely that wouldn't work because they're praying to Jesus and they all worship Muhammad and Allah.
But Jesus has magical power, Ben, to affect real world.
So is Jesus
sucking up the?
So is Jesus receiving all these prayers
Yes.
in whatever spiritual world we're talking about,
Right.
heaven? Let's call it heaven, and then trotting over to the Prophet Muhammad and saying, "Hey, loads of people are praying to me about you.
Let me put it.
You need to have a chat with the guys running Saudi Arabia. Tell them to reform a bit, bring them up to speed."
Yeah.
Loads of people are doing it, Mo.
It isn't a natural groundswell of people that fed up with the current regime. And
Imagine it like this: Hulk Hogan, back to the Hulkster.
Okay.
During a match when he had his ass kicked, right, and then he starts hulking up, and everyone's cheering, and the more you cheer, the more he hulks up.
That massive adrenal cortex in his massive head.
The more everyone's going mad, the more power he's got, the more invulnerable he is.
Yeah.
All these prayers are powering up Jesus. He's Jesus-ing up, right? He's going to go over there and slap Mohammed in the face.
Right? Point at him first.
Yeah. You.
That's it.
Right. Body slam, big boot, scoop him up, body slam, leg drop. Anyway.
End of match.
1, 2, 3. And the people of Saudi let women drive and stuff like that. Stop beheading people for, quote, sorcery. That's a real thing. They death sentence people for the official crime is called sorcery.
And let's not forget atheism.
Well, they probably count that as sorcery.
Well, maybe. I know the minor shit.
Gayness.
Like gayness. Well, that's not minor shit. But so I was thinking about stuff like theft.
Being
off.
Being a hot, confident woman who won't take no shit.
Refusing to wear your hijab for a day.
Dyeing your pubes.
Yeah.
Stoned to death.
Stoned to death.
If you get caught wanking with a pinky finger up your bum hole, you'll probably be publicly stoned.
Yeah, or flogged at least, probably. If you're a man, probably be flogged publicly, but a woman, death.
Yeah. So
the tolerant nation of Saudi Arabia.
She's going to change it.
And butchering a journalist in an embassy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's...
But God's changing it because they prayed.
Yeah. Okay, so she's pretty insane. What's the next one, Mike?
Dave Daubermeyer asks, are charged chips and electronic transmissions causing liberalism?
Is Dave Daubermeyer the guy with the baseball hat and the ground behind him?
He is.
Oh, fantastic. I love this batshit insane bastard.
Okay, now I'm going to say this, and I'll get my tinfoil hat on my shoulder again here. So, if you don't realize that we're being poisoned with, look up at the chemtray, the food that we're eating. If we don't realize that, Mark, maybe you could help this. Maybe somebody's far smarter than me. I'm just using my own common sense. That we are ingesting, whether through stuff that they spray, whether it be stuff that they put in our food, whether it be chemicals when they're growing the plants, whatever it be. I believe that we are ingesting, for lack of a better term, chips. Now, I don't mean chips. I don't mean chips, but But are we ingesting aluminum and barium? And are we ingesting things that are transmittable or receive transmissions? Is that what's going on? Is that why people seem to be so zombie-like, so programmed? Think of this, right? So we ingest these things, and then we go from 1G to 2G to 3G to 4G to 5G. And Mark, these things are electronic transmissions. These are waves that are moving throughout the world. And if we have ingested aluminum or some type of particle that picks up those waves or is impacted by those waves, Mark, this isn't crazy, is it? I mean, I don't understand how waves work, but I know this. I walk out of my house and I look and I see cell towers, and those cell towers are there because waves are going through the air, and it hits that tower, and that tower shoots that wave someplace else. So if I have ingested some aluminum, don't I become a charged? Am I not somewhat charged as a result of that? We've become transmitters or receivers. All of us have. We've been poisoned in our environment. Now, whether it was done on purpose or not, they have figured it out. Whoever they are, they have figured it out, and they're using that. As I said, the food that we eat, Roundup, we can go on and on and on and on. So I believe this stuff is very, very real. I believe it's very real. And I believe Can I tell you something? I think
Please do.
Michael Savage wrote a book, Liberalism is a Mental Disorder. And I think he's true, but I think has been controlled or caused by outside forces. I can't believe some of the things people, I just can't believe. It's not even natural, right?
Wow.
He calls himself Coach Dave. I want to know, is he a legitimate baseball coach? Yeah. Or is he just bullshitting? And if he is a legitimate baseball coach, I want to know what his win record is. Because he's got a big cross on his hat. And even his tinfoil hat has got a cross on it.
I'd love to be one of his team talks, though, wouldn't you?
If you don't win this game, there's going to be reptilian army overlords marching down the field, raping your mothers, radio controlled signals. What position am I, coach? Shut up, you lizard-sucking moron!
I'll
Get
hit
out
the
there
ball,
and
coach.
play.
I'll hit the ball, coach. I swear, I'll hit it. Home run, coach. Home run, coach. I swear. So what's his win record? That's what I'm interested in.
He has.
That's what you got an issue with this guy?
Yes.
Yeah, that's your number. He's got well, look at the evidence.
And the fact he's batshit insane, but I know that already. We've seen him before.
There's a green screened picture of an empty baseball stadium behind him, and he's wearing a baseball hat. Coach.
I would have that stadium filled with people.
Yeah, me if I was in charge.
Yeah.
People going, yay!
Yeah,
you rule.
He said there's loads of zombie people. Get them in there. They won't mind.
Every time I say something pertinent, they all cheer. It's just all Photoshop. It's all.
He's not on that level, Ben. He's doing this in his fucking kitchen. Like, look at the quality of the camera. It's fucking.
You know
lunatic.
what? One day we'll probably have a CGI background and we do a live episode, and it'll be as shit as that.
Dave live, Coach Dave, for
Coach
fuck's
Dave.
sake. It sounded like the sort of conversation I'd have had when I first started smoking weed and I was at 18. I was like, imagine if you could see all the TV signals and the phone signals and that, man. It'd be like spaghetti in the air, man. I've probably said that on the show when I'm high, but we have a contender, ladies and gentlemen. The first one I thought was a knockout punch, and then he came back. This guy
got up off the mat.
Yeah, and launched an overhand right that just
a tirade of blows, launching an uppercut, which is rot. What's her name again?
Can Alex? This is a three-way. Remember, Alex. It's a triple threat match.
Triple threat.
Alex is jumping over the rope now.
He's back in.
And is he going to start swinging at them both, or is he going to go down? What's this mad cunt saying?
Today he's saying he's part of a stay-behind network.
Oh.
What, like a resistance movement?
I imagine so.
All right.
Let's hear from
the Pentagon. I've been on the phone with the Patriots. I've been, because, thank God the Army in the 50s, when they were trying to make us lose, when the CIA was trying to make us lose to North Korea and the Chinese, the Army got pissed then and created stay-behind networks in America. And see, I'm not one of those stay-behind networks. I just come from the same cloth as those people. And so I seamlessly merge right into it. And yes, I'll just tell you, we are a stay-behind network for America. It's the big secret. That's what we are. It's why they're after us. It's true. The stay-behind networks support me. I'm from a stay-behind network. Most of my family was in stay-behind networks. That's why they hate me. I'm an American. I'm a stay-behind network for America. I'm fighting the Chinese globalist takeover. They knew that we turned China over to Mao in 49 and killed John Birch, who was an Army officer who tried to expose it. They tortured him to death. And so when you say stay-behind network, there were plans under Operation Gladio, which I don't defend what NATO did under that, whereas the Soviets would take over Eastern Europe or try to take over Italy, you would leave stay-behind networks that looked like they were working in regular jobs and media. In case the Soviets took over, you would then resist behind enemy lines. So it's behind enemy lines resistance fighters, carrying out total resistance operations using HUMET and using covert action. And so long before I read about covert action and stuff, I heard about how the Air Force aided the CIA and basically stand-downs, and I'm not bashing the Air Force, they were new, in the turnover of North Korea to China. And that's when the Army really began to get suspicious, because the Army's got its problems. The Navy's famously corrupt, with politics, but the Army still, George Washington, the whole 9 yards, it's still Americana. So the Army the entire time has been fighting with the CIA. That's been the ongoing program. And the CIA was created by blue bloods and globalists, and it isn't all bad either. It's a large consortium. When I say I'm a stay-behind network, you are. We believe in free market. We believe in the family. We believe in the Second Amendment. You are an agent of America, of George Washington, of liberty.
Wow.
So Alex Jones is claiming to be some kind of resistance fighter.
Yeah.
Who's been stuck behind enemy lines.
Sounded to me just like trying to justify why he's been thrown off every major internet platform.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going for with that.
I'm a stay-behind network. That's why this is part of the plan all along.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
We're being taken over by commies, globalists, but I'm still here.
That's exactly where I am with that, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what it smelt of to me.
Yeah.
Actually, not insane, more calculated and...
Oh, yeah. Still buy my
manipulative.
shit. Buy my shit, I'm a stay-behind party.
Yeah. I think in terms of insanity, I'm going with number 2 this week because I think he believed what he was saying, Coach Dave. I think Alex is just doing a sales pitch as per. Only he didn't go quite off the deep end this week, although he was saying some pretty intense shit.
He was.
The first one, typical Christian lunacy to me, believing that prayers are real. She might not even believe that. She's just probably spouting that to influence her very right-wing Christian viewers.
And her bank balance.
Yeah, to get them to donate. So I'm going Coach Dave. Number 2, Coach Dave. We're full of metal being manipulated by Wi-Fi and shit like that to be zombies.
Yep.
I'm with Coach Dave.
I also sided Coach Dave.
Coach Dave wins then.
Fair enough. What's your opinion though, Mike?
I would have got that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
You've outdone... I think
Alex was actually 3rd this week.
Yeah.
That's why I would have placed him.
I think he got pinned this
definitely.
week.
And I'd still like to see Coach Dave's win record.
Yeah, if anyone can, or maybe we'll find out in ourselves. But as we always say, dear listener, you are the fact checker. So maybe let us know on our Facebook page, Cutting Through the Bull, in the post-youth apocalypse. Find us there, leave a nice comment and review. Let us know. Can you find out Coach Dave's win-loss record, or is he in fact just a phony baseball coach?
Is he a coach at all?
Did he once coach his son's team like for one season in 1973, for example?
And maybe touch them.
Allegedly. Probably allegedly. Moving on. So, do you want to wrap it up then?
Yeah. I was going to say, I read a great article this week where a guy in the UK, who was a famous a former gay conversionist. So he's a former gay man.
Right.
And he turns people from being gay into straight through therapy and hypnosis. He was found on several gay websites this week, posing as looking for gay sex.
Well, of course he was.
The gay version of Grindr.
He'll say his research.
Yeah, of course he was. Everyone's so full of shit.
He's found it amusing. Thought I'd share that with you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to say that thanks for listening. I've been Ben, and I'm going to say don't drink the Flavour Aid and don't join a cult.
I'll say I've been Gaz. Thanks for listening. Free Biff Qanon.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.